rancor, all the rancor.
Hey! Welcome back to Metroball Grid. My name is Andre. Thanks so much for tuning in. It is October 28th. I thought I would take down that laundry. I didn't, so you're gonna have to enjoy that, I guess. It's some masks and some sweaters. How's everyone doing today? It is October 28th. It's nearly Halloween. It's Halloween on Sunday. It's our last stream of October since November, and then it's December, and then it's January, and you know how it goes. I've been pretty sleepy today. My stomach didn't feel very good. And I finished work, and I went to sleep. And I woke up, took a shower, and now I'm here. So it's most of my day. I don't have a lot to talk about. If you want to ask me what I did today, I'll just say, I don't know, man. How y'all doing? We should have the Restream bot open back up, which is down last week. So now it looks like everyone can talk to everyone. So we'll see how that goes. But otherwise, it is the world of standard ban list 2110 is active tomorrow. I think 29th is still the day in which the new standard ban list is operational. So we're going to see how that is. I think we still have to labor our lobbies in Shintecky.net as like casual, just so there's no surprises. And I think Netrunner DB also still says that decks are illegal. Maybe? We'll see. Give me 1 second. Okay. Doomsuck says Dune pretty great because it's Netrunner time. Hey, Netrunner time's a good time. How you doing? Welcome. Nice specs. Thanks, 6ran. Yeah, this is me just waking up. I want to put context in, but thank you. Appreciate it. How you doing? How do you undo that playlist just now? Was giving me some Persona vibes. All right. There is this meme going on about when anybody talks about music online, instead of saying Persona, they could say jazz, but they always say Persona instead, which is funny. Persona music is obviously pretty great. I added a couple new tracks. I think that was like 2 of them to the playlist, maybe. They're pretty fun. I feel like I'm a bit picky when it comes to adding music, but it's always really fun. So I added a couple more. How's it going, Solomir? Today, we are going to be testing some more stuff from the standard ban list. And I think the big thing we're going to be testing tonight, and oh boy, does everybody love some Gagarin. Firstly, I haven't been playing a lot on the Shintecky.net casual lobby for the last week since they announced the new standard ban list. How's it been, y'all? I see comments on YouTube that the prison decks are there, that people are having to play into the Kakugo Do Nothing Shintecky. But I don't know whether that's people actually like building it and doing it, or whether that's just somebody had it from the list that was posted, and everyone's testing the standard ban list decks that were published by the Nice 8 team. So I don't know what it is. I mean, I think Persona 5 was more acid jazz than just generic jazz. Yeah, but Solomir, I think online we want to like make it so that we don't say that. We say like, I think Persona 5 was more acid Persona than just generic Persona. Right? I actually don't know the difference too much. I think Persona 4 also had good music, didn't it? Your Parallel, how's it going? Welcome. Hey, I'm sorry I missed the stream last week, but I caught the VOD. How'd it go for you, Macaroni? How's your week? Welcome back. Glad you can make it. All right, so again, I'm wondering for those who are in the Shintecky.net lobby, because I don't know, and I don't know how we're gonna look. I just logged in. Didn't I just log in? I logged into this one. How we're gonna look walking into the JNet casual lobby, playing prison decks. Are we gonna be making friends? Are we? Yo, Giles, raid. Okay, hold on 1 second, because it doesn't tell me. Oh, yo, Yusengrin, welcome with the raid. How's it going, Yusengrin team? I got your message. Excuse me. I start usually at 8:45. How you doing, man? It's such a bummer because so Yusengrin streams generally a bit before this, like an hour and a half before the stream, and then comes in for the raid. If you don't know, Yusengrin SC YouTube channel's pretty great. Yo, Yusengrin, I recently watched the video you put up of not the food courts one so much, but the other one, the one with Noise versus Paulina. And let me tell you, I would go back in an instant and play this Netrunner. If you don't know, this is a Noise deck. I love this Noise deck. And it's Chris Dyer and Yusengrin playing through it. And it's so much fun with Faust and Pawn Shop and Cash. Oh my god. I don't know if y'all have played this or Netrunner, but watch this VOD if you can. Or I guess it's a VOD. To see what this played like, because it was so aggressive. Like these the best ice in this Paulina deck was of 5 cost and the run. For obvious reasons that will come up if you watch the video. But like it's just such a different game where you don't worry about Nazi, you can just face check, everybody's like throwing stuff down, jamming in a remote server. It's really good. It just kind of brings back some old warm feelings. But I love this. I really love this. This is one of my favorite decks. Yusengrin, you got to zoom in a bit more too, I think, because all the space is not used. And I think for people that specifically don't know the new cards, getting bigger would be easier. Or the old cards, excuse me. But this is a real treat to watch. Ah, yes, the classic Noise. Yeah, Mark, I don't know if you have played it, but Noise is just kind of really fun. Richard, which Persona 4 had vinyl? Had Persona 5 vinyl. Oh, they sold the record. Yeah, right? I need to get into it. I own like one vinyl, which was a gift many years ago. And maybe this makes me a bit of a cliche, but it is, what is the name of the album? It's the national album. The second national album? Boxer? I think it's Boxer. And that album slaps, but I don't know how to play it. Ginevra, how's it going? Welcome. Persona 4 better than Persona 5. My partner is actually really into Persona. Our cat is named Nanako, which is a character from Persona 4. I was off seeing friends in Osaka, Nara. It was awesome to be able to travel and have fun. Hell yeah. I take it that's because of restrictions. Now they're being more lifted that you can travel, because that's amazing. We are now seeing people in person. Like I'm going to a Halloween party on Saturday, which is, you know, not a huge thing, but a small thing. I think it's up to 10 people you can get together here, which is really nice. Totally clicked for me thanks to Chris's explanation. Yeah, Noise Shop looks super fun. It's super cool. I was definitely a bit sloppy about that. I was better for the one with Eric. Okay, cool. Sanguine about zooming in. All right. Hey, everyone. Yo, Flippy, welcome. How you doing? Again, I've been asking. No one's been saying it. I'm worried. If we go in to the casual lobby JNet with some Gagarin decks, are we going to be... Is that going to be strange? Is that going to be a bad look? Or is everybody doing it? Right? Like, is this Wayland? I imagine this has to be a Gagarin deck, right? Because why would you play Wayland in SB1 2110? Right? This has to be new SBL. That has to be a Wayland deck, right? That has to be a Gagarin. Huh? I've only been seeing Grinder Paulina. Sick. Yeah, I think the Restoring Humanity was changed by Paulina pretty quickly, and I wonder if people are teching hard for that. The one thing that I'm not... Okay, so let's talk about Gagarin, because the deck list of the week is a Gagarin deck, and Gagarin has been banned for a while. It is rotating relatively soon anyways. And it's an identity that basically encourages you to have either a lot of things in one remote server or a lot of different remote servers. And it's kind of akin to saying the trash cost of all your cards are up by 1, but it's actually a bit more nuanced than that. I think that's what I said last week, but that's not totally accurate, because it's not the trash cost of the cards that go up by 1, but seeing what the card is costs you 1. So if somebody runs a remote server to see that's a pad campaign and they decide, I don't want to trash the pad campaign, they still end up having to pay that 1 credit tax. So it's not increasing the trash cost of the pad campaign, but sometimes it's just like a credit to check, which can be worse, you know? So that's quite nice. Is Salsa Slum still legal? Floofy, I think so. I'm just not sure it's a thing that you're really worried about, because there's not too much recursion, right? Like Spin Doctor is less recursion. I don't know if the deck is running preemptive, but Salsa Slum technically works. It lets you remove the card you trash from the game instead of, you know, trashing it, which stops recursion, but I don't think recursion is that big of a deal. I think the biggest problem with this deck, bar none, is that it has literally no game against Apocalypse. Literally no game. Because I don't think we want to be running Crisium. Maybe we do, but then you have to put border control on centrals. We have no good central ice. Like there's no more tour guide. You don't have Hive, which used to be annoying. You have none of this stuff. So I don't know how we just don't get apocalypsed. Back in the day, you used to have, what's the name of the card? That spiky one that used to do net damage for everything trashed. Sangre says Spin Doctor plus preemptive is a pretty big amount of recursion. Is this deck running preemptive though? I don't think so. It's just 3 Spin Doctors, right? But for prison decks, it is. Hostile infrastructure, that's going. Also, Ed, how you doing, man? Yeah, so the one back in the day that used to be ran as a one of was hostile infrastructure, which was 5 to res, but 5 to trash, so it's pretty big. But you only had to res it either when you're really ahead on board state, where you had the money to disincentivize the opponent trashing your stuff, or right before they're going to apocalypse, you res this. And then it basically says, if you apocalypse my 8 remote servers, you're going to take 8 plus net damage and you'll die, which obviously they can't do. So this was such a big card, and this is a card you used to be able to dig, and you still could. Well, you can't play it anymore, but people would play one and then find it with things like tech startup. So that's nice. Overseer Matrix plus kill is decent APOC tech. Overseer Matrix plus kill. Oh, Overseer Matrix is just this remote server though. Yeah, it's only this server, so I'm not excited to play this. Because if anything, it just gives them 1 tag, unless you're putting multiple cards in a remote server. Or 2 tags, excuse me. I guess I'm just not excited to play this, because this is such a bad card to draw in just about any other situation. Connor, hey, at least it's not ganked Archer. Uh-oh. Oh, man. We should play ganked in this deck, huh? Excuse me. Halloween party sounds more fun than my Saturday, jamming lots of world prep with White Blade. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you'll tolerate, I guess. JK Netrunner's always fun times. No, that's going to be good. I'm really excited to see what that Netrunner prep is. Is Eric playing at Worlds? I don't even know. We're down to 9 COVID hospitalizations in all of Tokyo, so things are safe as they've been in 2 years. That is really cool to hear. All right. Hi, Andre. Did I get raided over here? Warrior Tracker. Yo, what up, cat? Warrior Tracker is also only this server, right? When a runner trashes one or more cards in or protecting one or more cards in or protecting a server trace 4 if successful, the runner must trash 2 of their installed cards. This doesn't do anything. Yo, XSTNL, dude, are they blue light glasses? No, they're not. And actually, that is kind of annoying because abstractly blue light glasses mean that screens are a bit more harsh. But because I work in video, it's important for me to see accurate color. So daily drivers need to be just like clean lenses, bar none. So I can't have any of the new technology that they sell. And the thing is, like, when I buy my glasses, they're like, do you want this blue light technology? Oh, it's so good. Rest your eyes, all that sort of stuff. Like, you can't put flux on your computer. But also, if you have to get that to be able to get all the other technology they attach to lenses, wearing masks is a real big problem. If you have glasses and have to wear masks, you know how big of a nuisance it can be. Your glasses fog up. I basically never wear glasses outside if I have to wear a mask because of that. But they have like anti-fog technology, but they can only apply that to the blue technology for no probably scientific reason, but just for the upsell. That's frustrating. Totally makes sense. Cheers, dude. Yeah, Jay, cheers. Andre, just rope Eric into playing Fab during Worlds and he'll probably just forget to queue into his games. There are nationals around that time. Yeah, Eric might just mess it up. Warrior actually helps the APOC runner. Yeah, Warrior actually helps the APOC runner because they can trash their face down cards at some point, or basically trash their breakers, or any other cards so they don't end up face down, so that they're in the bin, so Anarchs can like pull them out. This is a fun card for grinder decks. Yeah, Cat, this card specifically, very interestingly, did show up in other grinder decks. This was a card that showed up in the sort of like Jinteki Potatoes Potential Unleashed sort of thing, because this is one of the ways to deal with one of the weaknesses of the deck, things like Stargate back at the time, or Keyhole, because if they're not accessing, if they're making a run through one of those means, they can't access this card. If they trash a card, it's trace 4, trash 2 of their cards, and that just kind of bleeds their hit points. This did show up. I think we even saw some decks that were running 2 or 3 of them, if I'm not mistaken. This is for APOC, just run Crisium. I'm not sure that's that good though. Like, it's not gonna last that long. Like, I feel like so many decks, like, okay, the thing that I'm worried about Gagarin is that we can go horizontal and an APOC deck can just sit back, set up, and APOC us. Even if we have a Crisium, they can, like, you know, use whatever they need to get an additional run, trash Crisium, trash the whole board. And once they do that, we lose on the spot unless we can hard-hitting use them into death. So I don't know. I'm really worried about that. Who's playing APOC these days? We'll find out soon, won't we? Yeah, stuff like this. PE first and fourth from Koga. Like, you saw Warrior Tracker show up in this. It's a 3 of even, just because it was like the best defense. And technically the text on this was actually a bit nuanced. When the runner trashes one or more cards in or protecting the server, including Warrior Tracker. So the text on this is different now, right? Because it's the root of the server. I don't think that actually changes anything. What's your Gagarin deck's win con? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think we need to figure out, and I think that's why we're going to start today with the Rococo Gagarin that is trying to fast advance out with Reconstruction Contract, that you res, and you don't really care about the meat damage clause, and then you Dedication Ceremony it to put 3 counters on it, then you can install an agenda, advance it, and move all the counters over. That is how we're going to start, and I think we're going to try 2 or 3 other different versions. I think we're going to try the full meat damage version that's just hard-hitting news and pressuring people to run, and I think I also want to try the sort of grindy, what's it called? Urban renewal type thing that you force them into runs and then you blow them up with smaller damage. I think we have SIU into like triple HPT, which sounds awful, and hard hitting news is gonna be a problem. I feel like there's a chance that we actually our tech against what's it called? Our tech against Apocalypse is actually just to play 6 yellow cards and then play Salset Slums and even be able to Consulting Visit for Salset Slums. I think that honestly might be better just to be a bit proactive, because if they're an APOC deck, they're probably going to sit back, so we can probably snipe it. Is Tour Guide gone? Yeah, Tour Guide did leave. So there's no Tour Guide. So you notice like the ice suite of this deck is a bit bananas. Like 3 border control obviously is good, but border control gets even better if you have taxing ice that you have to run them through twice. This is not that deck. We have a single magnet, which is just such a good card in the meta still, surprisingly, and then 2 mouseless, which is just the most taxing mid-range card you can see in Wayland. You mean Salem's? Excuse me, did I say Salem's? What? I tried to make that Gagarin work, but I never found a way. Yo, Ochan, how's it going? We'll try it. We'll try it. It might not be good. I think specifically also the people at Nisei published one of their Gagarin lists and said, we don't think this is very good. So there you go. The point of running Crisium is not to prevent APOC from ever happening. It's to push it back by another turn or 2, and it drains Econ 2. Solmir, I hear that, but I feel like they can just sit back and get economy, and then it's not going to even drain a turn. If they're like, you know, everyone's playing a way to get extra clicks. The Shapers have, or even the Anarchs have, you know, Into the Ashes or whatever it's called, From the Ashes. I don't know the name of the card. something ashes. So we'll see. You're saying Salset instead of Salem's? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, sorry. I was meant to say Salem's Hospitality, not Salset. Slums. Salem's Hospitality lets you name a card, look at their hand, trash the card you named. So you can get the Apocalypses on the way out. Okay, import deck. Let's give this a shot. Don't have high hopes. Let's look at the deck actually really quickly. So we have 9 agendas, not a lot. It's actually really good on tempo agendas. Above the Law, Sandbox, Atlas, fantastic. And then 2 drone deployments. So we're running that classic 9 agenda suite where the runner has to steal 3 and really not 4. But at least we're not that weak to this sort of agenda suite is not that weak to Mad Dash. So take that, I guess. One of my favorite cards in the deck is Malia Zaloka, which will deal with we saw in some of the decks published by the Nisei team, some of the decks running 3 Miss Bones and Criminal. So the Malia can blank a Miss Bones, a liberated counts, a daily cast, a lot of the things that you're worried about in the early game. Yamamba Temple, nothing really splashy here in terms of the assets. Commercials Bankers Group is obviously very, very good. We're not running NASX or Pad Campaign. We're not running Tech Startup to find stuff. And our big card is Reconstruction Contract, which is our fast advance piece. And we do have a small economic warfare into hard-hitting news package, but I don't know. I think if our opponent has a bad economy and lets us stick 2 things on the board on turn 1, we are probably going to be okay. But if they just trash everything aggressively, the chance of us punishing them in the early game is really, really low. I think Gagarin got released because it's not great. Yes, I totally agree, Kat. I think this was released and it's going to have very little impact on the meta, barring the Jinteki.net casual. Nasex, what a card. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anyone pop off Nasex in like that really cute way. With like, I don't know. Actually, maybe we did. But I don't think on top tables I've ever seen Nasex actually matter. You know, the sort of other ability on Nasex, not to just make it a pad campaign. We'll see. It's more like, well, there's no reason for it to be banned rather than this will be a fun card for people right now. Yes. Well, some people think Gagarin is fun. I brought Gagarin to Worlds. I thought it was fun. And it used to be a bit different. It used to be more of a prison because you could recur your cards over and over again with things like Museum of History. And I made a lot of friends that year. Let's just say that. I actually did. Did I goof this? I think it's not a casual. Shit, I goofed it. 1 second. Oh, not casual. I meant to write that. Corp cash. Okay, that's better. I've had a lot of fun and made a lot of money and limited with it. Nice. Been constructed, they just kind of trash your stuff. Yeah, I know. Like against anyone with bad publicity, we're in a bad spot. Back in the day, people used to play Mining Accident and the deck did not have Hedge Fund. So if they landed that turn 1, you're basically your ability's blank, which is not a good start. This only really works if the runner has bad econ, but runner econ is generally pretty crappy these days. Will be interesting to see. I think pad tap is going to be a problem for us because we can't really take the time to also like build horizontally and overwhelm them at the same time as spending, you know, what is it, 3 credits to trash their thing. Yeah, so it's not good. But this is the sort of deck that like casually somebody walks into on the JNN lobby and has a horrible time with their deck against it, unless they're playing something good. And then I don't know, at least you can concede pretty slow. The difference between this deck and NBN controlling the message is that this deck does not have any strong forks and it doesn't play any traps. You can actually be pretty hard behind in controlling the message and they can goof up and trash something and not respect credits and you can win based off of, you know, hard hitting news into like planogram into like jamming something behind an ice, and you have outs way more than this deck. I feel like if they have 30 credits and you have 4 in this deck, you should probably just concede because you don't have ice and hard hitting news is not going to do anything. So expectations are pretty low. There's a chance that we won't make it through the whole stream playing Gagarin, and I wouldn't be too upset about that. And we can go back to playing Jinteki Prison. Yeah. I've been thinking about that Jinteki Prison decks, and I feel like there's a lot of things that we could do to optimize it. I feel like there's a lot of things we can do. I feel like we're at the point where we should just start playing A more, unironically. Like, the deck has so much recursion, and people aren't breaking this. Like, if people are not running Amakua, like, why not? Like, this is 3 net damage. F it. Why the heck not, you know? This is a problem, though, because anybody who's watching who knows that we're playing Gagarin doesn't want to play against him. So we might have to queue up for a really long time. That's okay. We have all the heating on in this apartment now. And it's super warm. It's honestly a bit too warm at this hour. Either they have a bad time or you do. Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. But this is good because then if we can show this off publicly, then people might not want to play this. That's a win-win, right? All right. It's a see me robot. Let's do this. All right, Tau. That ability shouldn't matter that much. They don't generally have a strong economy. We generally don't have ice. This is going to be okay for us, I think. Their multi-X is probably conduit, so we just don't want to get conduited to death. So we're going to have to ice up R&D. What are we playing? I almost joined your game, saw the ID and hopped into chat. Yeah, I know, loathing. We're playing Gagarin right now. We're testing the deck list of the week. I'm going to keep this hand for sure. Isn't it only if you tank the deck super hard? If you perform too well on stream, more people will play. I know, exactly. So I'm hoping it doesn't work out. So we have some good things to install early. Economic warfare is okay. We have one agenda in hand. So we don't want to get the reconstruction down. I think we want to definitely get daily business show and Mumba Temple down. And we probably could put the spin doctor down too, because if they run it, it's fine for us. But hey, we're doing the Gagarin thing. And I don't know if Shaper has any cards in their card pool that really help deal with assets. Like, people are not playing Parisha. They put down a daily cast click 1. Like, if we had a Malia there, at least they're still on 5 credits, but we can make things really awkward. Dodge the bullet. Isn't that only if you tank? Excuse me. Honestly, Gag hasn't looked great to me. Penny Shaver and Val make it so far. I totally agree. It doesn't seem ridiculously strong. So they can steal any agenda besides SDS here. They have more money than us, but we are going to start rezzing things and kind of just, wow, it was an SDS on top, if I'm not mistaken. So we actually could install this advance and score that. I don't think we want to do that. I think we want to spin doctor. We want to get this on the table. Uh-oh. So we can draw once. Oh, this is fine. We have a spin doctor. I'm going to hope that we could just close the game out. Because if we score this out from hand, it's really good. We also score this out with the token from hand, which is nice. Obviously, we do have a lot of agendas in hand, but Shapers are generally going to set up a bit. I think we'd rather do the Atlas token than trash the daily casts. Trash the daily cast is good. Obviously, it's 6 credits. If they play another asset here, like our resource, it's pretty good. But if we can fast advance this with the token. Oh, it's a leech. Okay. Imp is good. They hit the Atlas from hand, so that's going to force our hand. And they're putting that down so they can deal with the SDS drone deployment. So we'll res this. We'll res this. Basically committing to using it. I guess bankers. So we can go new remote. Dedication. We have a click left, which is awkward. I did not realize that. I'm not drawing last click. We're drawing last click. Ugh. Oh, that's really bad. So we got 6 credits of them. That's fine. And we're drawing last click, which is obviously really bad. Don't do it like that. Yo, Gwen, how's it going? Why not Atlas token? They took our Atlas, so we can't. They stole it. How's it going, Gwen? All right. Because I can make a run remote server. Instead of accessing card, you may force the corp to shuffle all cards in that server into R&D. Whoa, let's go. Oh, damn. So they don't have to pay 3 credits for this. Instead, they pay a card. This is not the one that gets shuffled back to your deck. Damn, that's fun. So they actually just shuffled the deck too, which, not that they knew the top of R&D, but they could have ran R&D, done that R&D. Go on HQ here. They find a bankers group in there. That's easier to trash here in hand than it is on the table. So that's coming down. So we're not making any money. They still have more money than us. But, ooh, you see, we're struggling. We're struggling right now. I think we'd rather have the dedication to score out. Draw once. That's good. Oh, this is unique. Now we can res this to like bury the SDS turn deployment, and we technically want to do that on their turn so that we have fewer non-agendas in hand, because we can do that. Shit, they found it. We're gonna lose. Over installed the SDS to spin it. I think that was actually a better play. Yeah, I think you're right, Loathing, that we should have installed on top of it. But we did that there just so that we would be able to filter draw on the 2 turns in a row. So we don't have the dedication for the Atlas, but I'm going to keep the Atlas. Went to a club with a friend right now and doing some late night singing practice. All right. Nice. Are clubs open? I guess clubs are open. Depends where you are. So we need ice up a wee bit. We can lose on any axis now. I think at this point we just want to find in... Oh, we have our combo. Excuse me. So if we get this on the table, they'll be on 6 credits. Yeah, that's fine. We actually could keep this in hand to fast advance this without a token, but we're trying for the token. Can't you score Atlas now? Yeah, we could. I didn't realize that we had all the pieces, but I'm trying to score Atlas with a token. Man, because the cans are so fun. They just saved 5 credits there for the run event. That's awesome. I wonder why they're playing this, whether it's just for assets fam or it's for something else. That's really cool. There's a Cyber Trooper to loot, which is Link. Okay, so we have a hard-hitting news. We actually could throw the book at them. I'm in not too much of a rush, because now we can really throw the book at them. They don't have access to Clot, so we don't have to ask. We are technically on game point. They can rearrange our 2 ice, but that's going to be fine. I don't think they did. For Anoetic, etc.? Sorry, Ginevra. I think I missed something. Living in Cardiff and Wales right now, and you can go to clubbing if you're vaccinated. Oh, hell yeah. Have fun with that. That's awesome. Okay, so now we have to figure out how to score out, right? Because there's only one more Alice in the Cyber Deck sandbox left on the list. Okay, there's a sandbox. But like, it's hard for us to score this thing out. Because I can't for Anoetic? What? Instead of accessing cards, you may force the corp to shuffle all cards in that server to R&D. But doesn't Anoetic just end the run? Ginevra? Does this beat? This doesn't beat Anoetic. Do you like this gag more than Bioethics gag? I haven't really played I don't believe in Bioethics gag. I don't think I like the fast events plan out. I'd rather play Botic. Yeah, BIC loses a void. Ginevra, oops, you're right. Oh yeah, okay. But I think there is some things that it does interact with. Obviously the run needs to be, well, not obviously, but the run does need to be successful, which makes it a bit awkward. So we just need to draw into one part. Oh, well, that's not great, but okay. So now we have an economic warfare into economic warfare if we want to into hard-hitting news. So we just want to put things on the table. Like honestly, the right play might actually been put Jeeves on the table and put Sandbox on the table and score that out. I think that would actually been better because I don't think they're going to run for a bit. Now their credits are a bit better. We'll res this for free. It's a bit unfortunate that we're showing them when our cards are. But I think I'd rather actually like putting the Sandbox on the table. I think that was the right play. Because it didn't look like they were going to run. So we can use this token to pull the Alice to score out the Alice. I think we're just going to go do that. So we can pull this for find reconstruction, install this Atlas score. I think that's fine. Or we can hold for a turn. No. It's just whether or not we use this. I think this is okay. Like this forces them to go do something because we're on game point. And if we have a 2-1, that we'll win. So this forces them to interact a bit better. Now this means that we can't like, oh shit. Hold on. Whoops. We have to res this card first. My bad. This means that we can't find our meat damage protection, our meat damage cards too quickly. Hey, hope it's great Thursday. Is Amari more viable corp currently? Haven't got a chance to play with either. So Doomsert, Asmari seems really, really good. I think I like the force them out of an icebreaker. Asmari seems great. The problem right now with Asmari, the big question mark is if they're only running 3-pointers, Mad Dash is very strong. And Mad Dash is a very strong card right now, just in general. So it's a bit tricky because I don't want to play 3-pointers only into Mad Dash, but yes, that could be a problem. Okay, now we just need to put things on the table because they're getting 2 cards a turn. We can drop them down to, oh, that's coming down too. Yeah, Mistbones is so good. They're teched for this. They're really teched for this. I've never seen a Mistbones in a Shaper deck my whole life. Okay, so there's no more 3-2s in the list. It's only a 4-2. So we have to basically get this on the table and draw into the combo card, the advancement card, which actually we probably want to shuffle them back in. Yeah, there's only one in the deck, so we're going to shuffle that back in. I just want to put this on the table to force out a breaker. Intergender Mari seems better. Dash is scary. Yeah, I'd reckon that's a bit better. I think also there's a chance that the Neurospike list is also just very playable. Oh, it's a big altar. So this is a magnet. It doesn't really do anything, but it does end the run. I'm going to do it. We don't have any heat breakers, right? No. We can zoom in a wee bit. So we'll definitely pop this. We're just going to put in 2 dedications. That's all we want to top deck here. If we top deck a dedication, we win. It's a 3 and 25. It's a board control. Okay. We can draw once. New remote server. Server 15. We don't have a lot of money, I'm realizing. And they have a lot. So it's just a matter of time before they draw legwork or conduit, and we'll probably not win against that. Whew, overclock on HQ, but they don't have any breakers. So we could res this, res that. I think we have to res, or they can come back here a couple times. And this is always cheaper. Now this gives us a credit back. So we'll be at 3, but they don't have a breaker here. This is going to fire. So it's a 1 and 5 for them to win here. But now R&D is wide open, which is a problem. Oh, wow. We hit misdirection. That shouldn't matter, though. But here we can get lucky. We didn't. They get the 1 and 5. Damn. Good game. Beans. They got it. They didn't access a lot of cards there. How many cards did they access? So we only gained 10 credits. And this is what I'm telling you about the deck. Like, there's no reason for them not to run it. To run everything. So we just need to draw into our it's a dedication, which would have taken us a couple turns. So I don't think we had a good way out there. I think we definitely should have buried the SDS drone deployment. I think we did goof that up. So we could have played that more optimally. But you see, this does not look very robust. Like, this not looks like a prison. 1 in 5 twice. Was it 1 in 5 twice? Damn it. But yeah, we had to protect that reconstruction contract. And at this point, they could drop a conduit and run R&D, and they would win. Oh, I just shuffled. Whoops. They would win a bit sooner than we did. But it didn't feel great. But I think we can play that a bit better. We can definitely play that a bit better. Let's try it again. Corp. I'm like surprised. Like, obviously the 1-2 is really bad for the list because giving out bad publicity counts as like Gagarin, but I feel like we should play it just 1. I feel like the deck should definitely play Audacity as well. Like, I'm not sure why the deck isn't playing Audacity, considering it wants to be scoring at 6 points. Scoring 6 points with 10 credits is impressive. Yeah, so much of that is just we have money from oh man, shit. Hey. Is just from the temple. Sorry, I forgot to make this casual lobby. Do you mind if I rehost? Perfect. Yeah, until tomorrow you have to still do this. Is this Gwen? Hey, hey. That's probably Gwen then. All right, let's do this. Okay, another Tau. His ability hasn't fired so much, and this hand's actually quite nice. We have 3 things that we want to stick on the table. Thanks, you too. Yeah, we have 3 things we want to stick on the table. Again, their money is not that explosive. The misbones, you see how much the misbones does in the matchup. It's kind of ludicrous. So we'll just do it in kind of any order. You should probably just put these 3 down, shuffle them in your hand, and put them on the table. This obviously is a bit of a liability. This feels a bit Titan-esque, where we only have 4 3/2s that we need to basically protect all of them. I do feel like in the last game, we also could have snuck out the Cyberdeck sandbox, and that's a good thing to always pay attention, whether you think your opponent's going to check the board or not. And that's kind of the threat. If you have a lot of money, they might not be likely to check the board, because they're worried about hard-hitting news and all this sort of punishment that comes with it. All right. They already have more money than us. That's fine. We're going to be gaining 2 credits. This is credit neutral, and this is 3 more credits. So we should be hopefully at 10. And going for a single here, this is actually a bit dodgy, right? Like, we only have 3 cards in hand. We didn't mulligan. And if you know the list, we don't have that many. But accessing this early, you have to worry about, like, the nuts sometimes. Not that it's going to happen too often, but, like, hard-hitting news into economic warfare, all that sort of stuff. We'll just res everything. Okay, so we're a bit set up. We have 2 agendas in HQ. I'm more worried about HQ than R&D at this point. We have Jeeves. We want to put the temple down. I think we just want to triple install. So we're going to ice up HQ because we have 2 agendas in hand and they're not going to go anywhere anytime soon. We'll put these down on the table. And we're just trying to draw into our, what's it called? Our reconstruction contract. And at this point, they could just start clearing things, right? Like, maybe there's a chance they have a hard-hitting news now because we drew 3. Advance the agenda. Michael, how's it going? Wait, the SDS? I don't think so. It's very easy for them to put down anything and they just go for it. But now, because they're not trashing the board, now we're getting the credit lead. Right now, we're getting 5 credits every turn. As opposed to like last turn where they could have dealt with it. So this is where it starts running away, right? So we don't really have 3 things to install here. So I think we can draw. That's good. We can consider putting Alice on the table. I'd love to draw for a piece of ice. Oh, wait. We can draw once more, I guess. And then we can have an extra click. I don't think that's amazing. But I actually don't mind putting like the Alice behind the border control. I wish we had another click here. Just throw out a Jeeves. I feel like Jeeves is gonna stick for a while. Oh, Che, that was you. Thanks for the game, man. Yo, you got the 1 and 5 there at the HQ at the end. But I think you played it good. Your deck had so much tech. Like I've never seen Miss Bones in a green deck, but that's probably the right thing to do. Deuce is wild. Let's see what they do. They can figure out what our ice is. They're just gonna draw 2 cards, and they know that there's a border control now on the remote server. But now they have to make a run, which is a problem because we have economic warfare into hard-hitting news. So we might bury them as soon as turn 4. They even trash a Mumba Temple. So I don't know. I don't love trashing cards off the top of R&D. It's obviously better than us getting on the table, but we're already making so much money off the table that the 2 extra credits from this Mumba Temple is it's actually better that we draw that than we draw like a combo piece or a kill piece. So now they're gaining with second Deuces Wild. They're gaining 3, and they have a Mouse on HQ. They have to make another run. So they're going back. But here it's very easy for us to just hit economic warfare into hard-hitting news. Now they might have, what's it called, a self-modifying code into misdirection, but that means we can install the Atlas behind the border control and then fork them, right? Like, do you want to get this? Ooh, artist. Last click, okay. And Somalia on the table, amazing. You see Amalia on the top, and then you install a resource. That's a bummer. So now we can't economic warfare them, so we definitely still do triple install. So we'll put this behind server 6. Oh, we can't triple install, excuse me. We'll put this into a new remote server, and then we'll hard-hitting use them. We don't have to boost, so now there's going to be 4 tags, and we'll res the Malia so it blanks the daily cast. They can always click for 2, but that's better than clicklessly gaining 2. Oh yeah, right. So now this daily cast is blank until they trash the Malia, which is super rude. Glad to see Andre abusing Gagarin the week after it comes back for shame. Yo, this is not a particularly good deck. How's it going, Pickwin? I do technically like Gagarin when I'm on one side of the table. In fact, I'm an employee for Gagarin. Y'all didn't know this? Where is it? I used to work for them. I used to be an intern. Wait, where is this? Oh man, yeah. Okay, this is not gonna focus. I've shown this a couple times before. Yeah, we had an event, a team event, and so I made a bunch of different ID badges, and I made this and we got it like kind of laminated. And this is me a couple of years ago working for Gagarin. It was a good time. And we made some badges from some other players too. We had an NBN press badge. We had an HB like employee badge. What do they do? Clear to tag. So they're in 3 tags. So technically we shouldn't shoveled it because we had a better chance of drawing a 2 kill. But they have 3 tags, so we could start trashing stuff or we can just score this out. If we score this out, we actually can't score it with a click on top of it. Interesting. So we'll just advance it 3 times and then get Jeeves and advance it once more. So now they need to clear the tags or we'll be able to find the Alice, to find the meat damage. You know, what's the corporate ability on the ID badge? It just literally says intern because interns used to be a thing. And that's it. I have no ability. What does it say on the side? Loss of this card must be reported immediately. So that's all it says. All right, so they swapped our mouseless, which now they know is, I think they knew both our eyes, right? Yo, Winknug, my MC order came. I own a full physical set of Netrunner cards with lots of high quality proxies. Oh, that's awesome. I take it you got all of the Nisei stuff? Okay, they're on a single tag, so I think we're just going to start trashing stuff. And we are going to push this behind, I guess scoring it behind the mouseless is honestly fine. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it was really fun to make. So we'll put this on server 6 and we'll just go ahead and trash their money. Maybe you can clarify why the Because I Can slot. We were curious. Oh yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. Yo, Che, why are you playing Because I Can? Is it a certain matchup or do you just like the card in general? I grabbed actual data packs whenever I could, hit eBay for a bit. I know Miniature Market recently had a sale on some old data packs. I don't know if they still have any. Okay, so we could be like really shitty and pull their hard-hitting news with our Atlas counter. I feel like at this point I'd rather just score this because then we're on game point and we can just jam the SDS drone deployment. But we can definitely do it. Jinteki stuff. Oh, neat. Oh, that's kind of cool. Proxies for the stuff that was hell overpriced. What's the worst offender right now? Is it Rain and Reverie, I take it? So I don't have to access? Yeah, no, that tracks, Jay. That's cool. Is it specifically because you've been seeing Prison matchup or you just don't like install advanced? Because there's less PE now. I don't know how many people are doing that. And this is exactly like so much of this matchup was just because Welsh Bunny did not trash our early assets. Like if they trashed our commercial banker group, we'd be getting no money. Like we would not be able to afford any of this. It was just the Maryland and commercial bankers group. Instead, they valued singles, which has a chance of working out. But like if you just control the board, this Gagarin deck has nothing going on for it. I think Rashida pack is the most overpriced. Oof. Luckily, there's good alt-arts for Rashida, huh? So we could do install advance. It is just double mouseless. Kind of want to draw 3 times because we find consulting we can win. If we find a kill piece we can win. Okay, so we can hit this and we can consulting news for harding news. They'll be on 3 credits. They can click for credit. They actually could misdirection here. We can do install advance on the SDS drone deployment. They have to go through double mouseless. At that point, they're probably really tagged. I think we'll do that actually. Because now it's kind of in their court. Obo Glacier's everywhere at the moment? Oh, nice. Rain and Reverend Guitar Cycle are big offenders. And I filled out my core set so I had 3 of everything. So they boomeranged on this. They can run it. Oh, they're overclocking it too. So the overclock they can use on the self-modifying code. I still think they're gonna have to spend more than 5 credits running on this. Interesting thing is if we res one of these and they actually break it, they're gonna have to end up trashing their program instead of trashing their SMC. So either way, I think we're okay with it. I paid about USD 120 for R&R and I think took me 6 months to find a copy. Wow. Whoa. Damn. There's really not a lot of that printed. That's a bummer. That really is a bummer. Majesty says, what Oba Glacier deck are y'all talking about? So I'm guessing it's just like Data Loop, Anoetic Polana with Obakata. Fire Unbroken. So they took a net damage and a tag. Okay. I got 20 old data packs with the miniature market sale and I have way too many cards now. Kidding. Never too many. So I'll res this one too. A friend who used to play Netrunner, who back in the day, who's playing now we play Flesh and Blood together, just handed off like a whole bunch of old original Netrunner cards. So I have this huge shoebox. So I'm really excited at some point to put that together and some old Netrunner cards together to make a cube. Fire all. Okay. They didn't even boomerang it, interestingly enough. So it's a Gagarin, so they have to trash the Gordian Blade. Well, they don't have to, but they lose if they don't. So they kind of have to. And now it's really easy to hardly use them. ONR is wild. ONR is really cool. And I think my favorite part about the collection, because I've never seen this, I don't think, is that he had pre-made decks still sleeved up. So I can see what a deck looks like. He's like, here's my one deck. It was good. Here's my one deck. It's a bit weird. Because he used to play back in the day. They dead? Yeah, they dead right now. Want a break? Yeah, no, they're kind of dead, but they could have broken this. I was assuming they were going to be on 1 tag, but they're still dead to 1 tag. So what button is this? I profile target. One tag was lethal anyways, for what it's worth. Yeah, so much of this deck, like we had 19 credits compared to the last game where we had 10 credits. Now we had 41, and that is entirely because our assets were not contested, and we had no punishment until I don't know turn 2 or turn 3. Is the Flesh and Blood TCG picking up popularity? I kind of swore off stuff with booster packs a while ago. Yeah, actually, it's really quite popular. I don't have any numbers. I know in certain places it's outselling Magic, specifically New Zealand where it's from. But I know like the stores I go to, it is not only, I don't know if it's the most popular, but it's for a lot of stores their favorite thing to do, because the community is new, and because I think also the support from the studio that does it is a lot better, and the money they make, I think what they make selling packs or boxes, it is equal if not better, and they pay less for the products on shelf, which is really great. Still noob, not very good at this game. Oh, boss stack, not enough experience with SSM decks. Oh, hey, thanks, you too. Yeah, a lot of that is learning what needs to go and what can stay. I feel like if you dealt with the money assets, you'd be in a good spot. Was one tag lethal? I thought we were on 1 HPT. We are on 1 HPT, but they only had one card in hand. So, oh yeah, it depends if they broke the net damage. You're right. If they broke the net damage, then no. Yeah. I want to get some score and accounts receivable for cube starters. ONR isn't on Meteor Stim Hack though, so I currently don't cube with it. Hey, thanks. Cheers. Yeah, that's actually really cool now too. There's cards from the original Netrunner, and I technically used to do this back in the day, that are direct reprints, or technically Netrunner are direct reprints of those cards. So a score, exclamation mark, and accounts receivable are a hedge fund, or sorry, Sure Gamble and hedge fund respectively. You can technically just play those in your deck. I guess it's easier for the runner because when you access a corp card and you go like, what is this? It's a bit more confusing. But their Inside Job is like a direct reprint. Maker's Eye is technically a direct reprint with a different name. There's always a Sneak Door Beta as a direct reprint. There's a lot of cards that you can just play as like alt arts, which is really fun. If only we had Turtlebacks. Yeah, I know. Kind of. I guess kind of. But Turtlebacks is like also quintessentially win more. Like it's the sort of card that you draw on turn 5 when you're losing. You're like, well, what am I going to do here? Let's do one more. Let's do one more. I feel like we could tune this deck too. Yeah, Flesh and Blood is also really exciting right now because they have like a really well organized tournament scene. So like it was the calling is going on right now. Canadian Nationals is in like a couple weeks in Toronto. So the local teams are practicing. It's really fun to be part of that. Ooh, Zaya. Okay. Diversion is the thing we're not very good against guarding with. The best we could do is like duck it. Opening hand is a bit trash. We don't have anything to stay on the table, but if they put down a Mistbones turn 1, I think we lose. I think we lose to Mistbones on turn 1. Oh, this is so much worse. This is so much worse. Oh my god, this is worse. I don't even know what you do with this hand. What do you do with this hand? Because they're definitely going to run a central server for Zaya's ability. Do we install one of these naked? I think we like do. Fuck, that's bad. That's really bad. Like, how do you play this hand? Like, I think you do consider putting the Above the Law on the table. And then you install like Bankers Group that, and then you have a 1 and 3 on HQ. Like, that's bad too. But I think we just have to do that. Jeeves into 2 3-pointers. I don't think 2 3-pointers, because then they have to be on the table for a while. I think we just do 1. HH to end it. We can't until they run. But we definitely keep this. Obviously, we can't do anything on this. I'm thinking I'm going to do this. Like, whatever. Whatever. Agenda Jeeves CBG? Agenda Jeeves CBG? Yes. Yes. It took me a while to figure out CBG. Draw 1 for ice. Marcus, draw 1 for ice is not bad, but the deck only has 6 ice in it. So we're doing 6 and 43, which are not odds I want to take. Maybe that's actually better because then we're more likely to draw non-agenda and then we float 4 cards in hand instead of putting 3 cards on the table. So maybe that actually is better. We'll see what we top deck and then we'll be able to like results oriented think our way through it. Oh, ours on disconnected. We're safe. We're safe. We're safe. We're safe. Yeah, I think draw install might have been better. Welcome back. Dawkins pass? Oh, I'm in danger. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh man. DC for the win. They're gonna get 3 credits. They're gonna hit every agenda from our hand. I love this deck. This deck is great. Pad news though. Oh no, I don't know what that means. You can still HHN? Yeah, technically yes. Do we above the law pad tap for value? Hold on. We pad tap above the law. If we res this, we gain 2, they gain 1. That's good for us. Wait, can we do everything? I'm gonna try. Wait, hold on. Thinking. So this means we're gonna be on 7 credits. We res it on 5 credits. We do advance, advance, advance. We're on 2 credits, and then we can't hard any news. No. But they're gonna gain 3 credits every time they run. Like, it's obviously really bad for us. Ah, fuck. I'm glad we didn't draw, y'all. I am so glad we didn't draw. Value. The stream died after the DC. That's pretty funny. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'd like to hard hitting news there. Like, obviously they run here and they start checking the table. Like, if you res nothing, it's really weird. And we were saying how bad pad tap is against this sort of list. Like, we can't spend 3 credits to trash this. We literally can't. If you don't have cards that can't get Zaya value. No, that's true. But yeah, we're done. We're obviously done. No. No. Don't play this deck. No. Jesus. Did they draw a card? They drew 1 card. Oh my god. See agendas on top of the deck? No, there's no agendas on top of the deck. But like, how do we win? That's unwinnable. This deck seemed bad. Compare this to controlling the message, right? Like where the trace actually is relevant and stuff. Here, I don't know. Let's build a gag now. I think we will. We will build. I want to see what their meat damage one looks like. You made like last turn. I could have considered HHNing there. In retrospect, probably right. Because I don't have a game plan past that score. Play 6 cards, win game. It's that easy, y'all. Because yeah, maybe we should have hard any news. Because like we didn't have a game plan past that score. Like we just didn't. Like we could have done credit, hard hitting news, and then they have to hopefully slow down. But like they know our 1 card in hand. And then we draw 1 agenda, and then we don't draw a punishment for a while. Like this deck has 1 punishment card, technically 2 punishment cards with the consulting. So based off of looking at our deck, that wouldn't have worked, but maybe that was a better line. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Well, pack it in. Absolutely horrible. And I told you about these cards. Like Miss Bones, turn 1 we lose. Pad tap, turn 1 is gonna be a problem. Thanks. All right. Let's look at the other version that they published. Because I don't want to play that one. That's for Coca Gagarin. There was another one, right? Wasn't there like a full damage Gagarin that they published? Like a full kill? And I think they even wrote on the write-up, this is bad, don't do this. Gagarin in all kill and Arco. Okay, wait, hold on. And if we open up Wholesome Gagarin, which was Eternal, that's going to be running a lot of cards we can't run, right? Yeah, so Mumbet City Hall is really important for the list. Museum of History is really important. Zealous Judge is important. That's all a win condition, so that's not going to be a good start thing for us. No, build your own. I think Loathing will eventually build our own. I just want to try this one too to see the difference in it. Because this has bioethics, it has urban renewal, this has techno co, which is I guess fun. This doesn't seem that much better. It has fewer agendas, which is a good thing because we actually have been agenda flooding up pretty consistently. And it has even more ice. So I do want to try this and see what parts of it we like better than one another. This one's all just about like getting the credit lead up because we don't have like gross recursion. So we'll try it. I still think we would lose to that opening though. I don't think there's anything that beats that opening if you're trying to just go horizontal and you're playing like a relatively fair deck. Okay. Let me just pull this into Keyhole. Yo, we tested it this weekend. Was it last weekend or this weekend? But Wasa, the person who's making Keyhole, has it right now, and we've tested it, that Keyhole will pull deck lists from Jinteki.net, which means I don't have, if I update the deck list from JNet, it will not, like, sorry, if I update the deck list on JNet, wait, I'm talking to Circle. If I upload the deck list within Jinteki.net, you will see it live and it'll update the deck list. So we don't have to like change it on our ADB comeback, which is really nice. With the JNet API, exactly, yes, Sengren, yeah, that's actually, you probably noticed it. Because recently, it's asked allow access to API for game information. And that is, if I'm not mistaken, not entirely, but all because of Keyhole. So now Keyhole can talk to JNet, which means, I don't know if we're going to ever get like a deck tracker or something like that. That's probably not allowed in tournaments. But you will have access to being able to see the deck list from JNet, which is really cool. How does this one score if they don't run and just trash bioethics? You jam at the same time while having a credit lead, and you try and kill them with hard-hitting news. That's the idea. Look, I don't think it's gonna work, but I appreciate your skepticism because it's correct. Oh, casual. Let's not goof that again. Having card hover for viewers would be sick. Yeah, Sengren, we don't have that yet. And I don't think that's going to be an API thing. I think that's actually just like a image learning sort of thing. And I know other people were working on stuff. Like I think it was Antieris, if I'm not mistaken, actually had a prototype working for tabletop Netrunner that you could hover over a card and it'd tell you what it is. It would be able to detect it. Now that I don't think you need an API. That you have to do entirely separately, but that's like way over my head. But basically you just need something that scans the screen. Oh, cheers. That scans the screen, and it's really easy for JNet because the cards always look similar. I guess with Altar it's different, but there's no like lighting, there's no bad angles, so it's it can be quite nice. But yeah, I think it's not going to be such a big deal, and it's something I wish also like Nisei, I guess hopefully this, well, not hopefully, but like with online events, it's a really big deal. That people can hover over cards. Talk about a game changer, yeah, right? I know it'd be such This is like such an unfortunate thing getting into this game is like knowing what all the cards are. And again, I love playing other card games and getting to other card games and learning other card games because then you get to be in that experience of being new to something and not understanding the abbreviations and all the cards that people quickly talk about. And so when I'm watching a game of a couple months ago, like Flesh and Blood on YouTube and people play cards and they're small, I was like, I don't know what this is. I can't follow it. And it's just such a difference. I've played Bioethics, Urban Renewal, Gagarin. It's really bad. It felt like I should warn you before watching my lectures. Yo, Pickwin, I appreciate it. And if I'm not mistaken, this is what was written by Anarcho. There might be a Prison Lock Gagarin deck out there, but this was not it. It got picked apart in the minimal testing I did with it. I don't think the stuff of Gagarin is good, but I'm open to being wrong. So we are already on pretty shaky ground, but we're going to do the science ourselves. Okay, it's not going to take long because we've conceded on turn 3 already once, so we'll see. But I don't have high hopes. Yeah, I don't know. And the weird thing is, like, in so many of the matches we played, the Gagarin's ability hasn't been that impactful. There is a chance that you could play this deck straight up in just outfit. Admittedly, getting bad publicity means your assets are easy to trash, but like it hasn't been that impactful. In a lot of games, it's taxed the runner like 3 extra credits. That's it. Like that's terrible. Obviously, it changes how they play, right? So they play slightly different, and maybe also they like, you know, they are a bit more reticent. They don't want to run, apprehensive, right? Thanks, you too. Another Shaper, which is meant to be a good matchup. Hey, I was well, Spunny Girl. Thanks for the game. I got a bunch to think about to improve on that. Yo, I thought it was you. Yo, good game too. We talked about it during the game. If you want to review and watch the VOD, we'll explain exactly what happens and why it happens. But I think specifically, and I don't mean this in any disrespect, obviously, but like that's a good example of what happens when you let the deck have money, because then it can start doing things. And a lot of other games we played today, our opponents have prioritized not allowing us to, our econ assets to stick, and you see how much of a struggle it is. So that kind of shows you like the highs and the lows of the deck potentially. But Gwen, I think if you just trash the money cards early in the game when it's very unlikely for us to have the punishment, you're favored in that matchup for sure. Good game. I'm gonna mulligan this, I guess. I don't want an early judge work. It's just commercial bank. Nah, we can keep this. This is Dr. Spin. That's 3 we can install. That's good enough. I honestly think you could play this deck in another ID and it wouldn't be terrible. It would not be terrible. All right, let's go out. Just putting cards on the table, not worried. What's Cabanessa do? Put down Rizekis? We lose to that, right? I think we lose to multiple Rozekis. Mulligan to 3 agendas? Yo. I practiced this. Deuce is wild. Draw 2 cards. No ice to expose, so they probably don't pick that option. Game 3. Just setting up 1 influence down. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. But they're not respecting our money. And right, like we're going to Rashida. We don't have Rashida. We're going to be able to draw through this. And then hopefully, you know, just 1 hardening news. That's it. Creative commission for 5. Wow. Okay. Cool. What is here? Daily business show. So I want to do this on their turn first. Because we can bury our way through this. Honestly, it's a bummer. I'd like the Nasex. And then we can draw on our turn and get the value as well. Yeah, so that's the cool thing about Spin Doctor and Daily Business Show. Daily Business Show lets you filter the first card you draw each turn. So if you can figure out how to draw on the runner's turn, you're in a pretty okay spot. I kind of wish we had the Nasex because it'd be easy to jam. Here we could Economic Warfare. Consulting into hard hitting is 5. So we could do this, install that, but then we'd have no money. That'd be bad. We don't have punishment in hand either. So I think we just hold the fort for a minute or 2. I don't know how much we have to protect this or whether we just put this out to fork them. I think we just put this out to fork them. We'll draw once. Shit. Put this on R&D. And I guess on a new remote server. Actually, this would have been better. You'd have money next turn. Yeah, we would. But I think a lot of times they would just go ahead and trash this. Like if you can't clear the 3 tags, the best thing you can do is trash this. All right. So we hit a Diesel. But they can see a bunch of cards here. Again, SDS drone deployment would have to trash the conduit, so it's a bit awkward. And I honestly don't know what the rest of our agenda suite is. I forgot to check. Okay. Wow. High risk investment. Oh, we're going to lose the Mad Dash real soon. Luckily, you can't Mad Dash with conduit. You see that now they're taking the board apart. All right. So Gagarin tax 1. They definitely have to trash this. There's no way they don't trash this, right? Yeah. Yeah, now we have nothing. This is exactly where you have to pull their stuff down because now we have nothing. Enjoy clicking for credits. This doesn't do anything. We can technically remove this agenda for credit neutral, which isn't fantastic. We don't really have a chance to score this thing out. Like, this is unfortunate. Like, what do we do? Again, consulting visit to hardening news is 5 credits. I guess we do this. It shuffles the deck, which technically is a bit bad. We could consider purging at some point, but I'll just click for 5. Or, sorry, for 4. Oh, my poor little heart. We're done. This is list run Temple. Also, Marcus, it runs 2, I think. I'm pretty sure it runs 2. It's not running all 3. What happened? Oh, wait, we're just not scrolling down. So they cleared a tag. They're on 1 credit. Oh, yeah, bioethics. Can't ice that up. This is good. This is exactly what you want to do. You want to force them to do things on table. I think we have to figure out when to purge, though. Because they can easily run R&D and win. I will res the bioethics because their money is bad and we're threatening hardening news. And with 1 credit, there's not much they can do besides, okay, that's good. The other thing they could have done, and maybe we should have kept the 3-2 that trashes a resource. The other thing they could do is, excuse me, is creative commission. Nice, got a Beth. Okay. So we can't really ice that up. That's not how that works. All right, so we'll just prison. This is all we do. We're prison. So this will blow them up in a couple turns. By blow them up, do 4 damage. They have to run and trash this at some point, which is another 3 credits, which means we can credit hardening news them. And if they don't deal with this, it's annoying. So this is where their credits get low, and then the prison comes in and it locks them down. So now they're going to be on maybe 1 credit. But this telework is actually kind of perfect. But now we hardening news them for sure. And then they probably just try and win off R&D. So we probably should have purged to go because they're just going to try and close the game off of R&D. And all our agendas are in there. EC just announced there'll be a PAX Unplugged. It's going to be my first gaming con. Very excited to see them there. Yo, I have that tab open. Yeah, we should talk about that. That's in December, right? The problem too is that if we hardening news them, we can't protect this. But then, yoy. I think we have to still hardening news them here. We'll just be on 0 credits. That we can do credit. We can do this. This seems not like a great play though, because I think they'll just win off of R&D. We should have purged a conduit at some point. Now, if they clear 3 tags, which is not exactly possible with the Deuces Wild, it might be. This will kill them with high profile target. We do credit, high profile target, this tricks. So they have a couple options here. So they have 2 tags. So they lose to the Urban Renewal. Whoa. That is the fork. Whoa. I think I thought you'd just smash R&D there. Yeah, I don't know if they realized that that thing was going to hit them that turn. Credits gain 13 to their 19. But yeah, I feel like they could have just gone R&D. AOC APOC? Oh my god, it's an APOC deck. They have Encore. They have Mayfly. Yeah, it was an APOC list. Whoa, wild. Ooh, wild. Excited for Unplugged. It's a good con. Ezra, how's it going? HHN, if they don't win next turn, you do? Yeah, exactly. And let's see the top of R&D. Like if they would have won, because they could have seen about 5 or 6 cards. No, they could have got another 6 points. Up to 6 points maybe. So we got away with that. And I totally forgot that we have to respect Apocalypse. I totally have to respect Apocalypse. Catch your hand. All right. I wonder if MVT plus BEA could work. What is BEA? MVT is Mumbad Virtual Tour. What's BEA? So Nisei announced this just a couple days ago. Nisei at PAX Unplugged 2021. So if you don't know what PAX is, that's the Penny Arcade Expo, which is an expo that still happens. It's attached to Penny Arcade, which I don't understand the thing about Penny Arcade. Like, I understand that they had a lot of clout maybe 15 years ago. I understand they had a webcomic that always seemed kind of mediocre to me. But from my understanding, they had like a lot of push in like the board game world. They're like credited to the success of Zombie Side. They had forums and everything. Like, I don't get it. Oh, Bioethics Associated. Excuse me. Oh yeah, MVT is a Namba with Gagarin. That's a good point, because there's additional credit to access cards in a remote server. You can choose not to pay the credit and not have to access the upgrade. So do watch out. Anyways, Penny Arcade Expo is still a thing it does. If anyone understands why Penny Arcade is so such a big deal, let me know. But PAXs happen all across America, and I think they also happen outside of the States as well. But it's an expo, it's a gaming convention, so it's honestly a gaming convention. Didn't they host Shut Up and Sit Down at first? Oh, you might be right about that. This is a gaming convention that I honestly really liked. I've been to a couple gaming conventions through work for the last couple of years. I did videography, and I've been to E3 a couple years, and I've also been to, once I was at PAX West, which was at Seattle. And let me tell you, PAX West, or PAX in general, has been my favorite show to go to. I think E3 is not very well catered towards the average person, while in E3 a lot of times it's like, do you want to wait in line for like 6 hours to play a game that's going to come out in 6 months? As opposed to PAX, which is, from my experience, much more catered to like, hey, you want to come sit down and try something, you want to come to a land, you want to meet people, you want to play board games, you want to do stuff. It's more about like finding something cool to do and meet people, as opposed to queuing up for stuff, which is kind of how E3 works. So Nisei is going to be at PAX Unplugged. They have their own booth, which is pretty dang wild. They're going to be selling stuff, which is fantastic. That's actually one of the easiest ways to get stuff if you're in the region, as opposed to going through the website and getting it shipped in from across the ocean usually. They're going to be actually running tournaments as well, and you can win the title of Boss Wash East Coast Champion, which is a really nice title, which is awesome. So they're going to be there. I think it's December 10th. When is PAX starting? In December 2021. I think it says the date somewhere here. Yeah, December 10th to 12th. So get involved. PAX tickets also are like, I think, way cheaper than some of the other conventions. E3 is actually very expensive. But anyways, I've never been to this PAX. I've been to PAX West and I had a fantastic time, even working. I did have some time out to walk around, but that's super exciting. And there's a lot of other board game people there, tabletop people, video game stuff. So do get involved, and that's awesome. That's really, really cool. I think that's the first in-person event that Nisei official has run in like a really long time. They grew beyond their origins, I'd say. Thankfully, Jerry and Mike didn't really grow, and the PA comic shows up, but something never new / better grew out of it. Yo, Lori, how's it going? I feel like that's what I've understood. Is like, okay, the comic, whatever, it's gotten better. PAX Unplugged was great back in 2019, and definitely not because I top 8'd. Hey, definitely not. PAX Unplugged is a lot of fun. I'm bummed I'm skipping it due to COVID fears, the unvaccinated baby at home. Hey, Net Cooker, that's honestly like, that's I think that's really great that you're taking, your safety into paramount importance. It is obviously worth noting. And this is a reason why I'll just be honest, wouldn't consider traveling at this point in time to a different country to meet with a lot of people in person. Like that does, there's some anxieties about that, but you have to check. They definitely have rules. I think you have to be vaccinated. Do you need proof of vaccination? Do you need to require proof of vaccination? You're definitely going to have to be wearing a mask indoors when you're not eating. So I've no doubt there's going to be a lot of things put into place to make everyone feel safe and to actually be safe. But yeah, people are going to make their own decisions whether or not they want to take that risk on. And that's cool. Respect no matter which way you go for sure. I think the expo is basically its own thing separate from the comics largely at this point. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. I've been to all the Unplugged. It's my favorite con. What's the difference between like the different flavors of PAX? Like PAX West versus PAX Unplugged versus PAX whatever happens in South, PAX East. I don't know. PAX East is Boston too, right? I don't know what the difference is. I'm getting a booster soon before the event. Oh, sick. That's really cool. I don't know if we can get boosters around here. Anyways, that's what's going on right now. We'll try one more with the Gagarin list before we give up and just play something else, because Gagarin seems a bit like a toilet. Maybe we can build our own deck. Maybe we can try our own. We probably should. We'll just do one more. Because these Gagarin games have not been fun. Unplugged is board game and stuff, isn't it? Oh, that makes sense. Because of the name. Is Unplugged exclusively board games? Because if it is, that seems way cooler. Unplugged is their board game version. Oh, man. This suddenly has become the best PAX. Oh, that slaps. That's really cool. Okay, I'm mad jealous now. Still don't think I don't have a passport right now, so whoops. Gagarin could be used with HHN and HPT. Diogene, this deck does have both of those. Oh, not Arizon again. Oh boy. Here we go. How's it going, Diogene? Are the other PAX is more video gamey? Yeah, I think that's exactly it. The Unplugged name means a lot. Oh no, we're done. We lose. We lose. We can't deal with this. Had to dip out. How are the runs? Bad. We lost Arizona on turn 3. Bad. This is also gonna be bad. This hand is bad. Gonna have to hit that button. We could drop Drudge Work and bury 2 agendas. Is that a play? Is that what Netrunner looks like? No. Oh, it got worse somehow. No, it's actually very similar. Never mind. Drudge Work seems okay. Could be worse. Yeah, it seems okay, but like, is that your game plan? First one started my 21st birthday. I had to go. Oh, yo, that's awesome. I really want to check out Unplugged, especially with Nisi there, but between money and COVID, probably best to stay at home. Yeah, that's, people have to make their own decisions. I think that's totally fair. Gonna just not lose to the multi-axis HQ jailbreak thing. Marcus, why are you yelling no? Did I goof it? Or is it just the new mulligan? This is a good year not to not go. That's a bummer. Yeah, I guess that's true. But I'm excited that Nisei's going there. I hope everyone stays safe. Yeah, there you go. This is where we watch out for. But now we're going to R&D, going to C2, gain 3 credits, 2 cards, scry. I'm still debating. We'll probably be peer pressured into going. What's it like now if you're going to go to an event and you want to stay in a hotel? How bad is it? Are the prices worse because they're trying to recoup for losses, or are the prices cheap because they're trying to incentivize people to like show up? Tithe will protect you, maybe. Yeah, Tithe will protect nobody ever. Stupid Tithe. Okay, so they saw this and didn't trash it. Like, how do we win? They have a huge credit lead. We have not set up a prison. They only have a couple diversions, so this is fine, right? Locally, I found prices are worse than before. Sick. Huh. Would you look at that? Neat. I don't know about my international US places, but we did stay 8 days out in Vancouver in August. Wasn't any more or less expensive than usual. Huh. The person who cut my hair said they found a ticket from Montreal to Vancouver both ways for $150 on like on a budget airlines, which seems unbelievable. Basically, I'm saying he's a liar. I'm going to do this on my turn to filter. Okay. Good. Back in it. Flights are super cheap. Okay, that's cool. Why did you play that? Only 1 card in HQ? Why did I play what? I'm not sure what happened. Why is this deck running Tithe of all things? It's just cheap, annoying enough. I don't know. Conflicting reports. We drew upside on air travel prices. Good question. I won the BattleCon tournament in the first year, and the mega games were great that year. Oh, you won BattleCon at Unplugged? That's sick. Man, BattleCon's really cool. I wish I was clever enough to play more BattleCon. It's a really cool system. I'm into BattleCon. Can't access 2 cards. We don't have. Well, turn off ABR with Malia. We can't. It's virtual. Malia does not deal with virtual cards, but we can turn Malia this thing off. It's just like it's going to be a mild inconvenience, but this she does not eat virtuals. Oh, why they installed that early? Yes, I don't know, because we only have 1 card. They had to. They are forced to trash the Nastics with real money though. Got him. So they had to pay 5 credits out of pocket to trash this because of the neutralize all threats, which they installed when we had 1 card in hand. Yeah, I don't know. I miss Hunter if you want a 1 credit annoying neutral thing. Yo, Hunter was kind of underrated. A bit underrated. It was Trace 3. Like, that's good enough, right? That's fine. I like Hunter. Click for credit. Malia lives. We have to ice up Malia. I'm going to ice up Malia. It's my priority. I don't want to draw. Clicking for credits is obviously bad because of diversion, but they have been drawing a lot. Hunter and making news was Bay. Hunter, it was Trace 5. That's really good. Hunter's fun in draft. Yes, it is so annoying for 1 credit. Got me to Exceed as well. I became a playtester for a while. Oh, I had no idea. I have a bit of Exceed and like way more BattleCon than we should have. I actually probably should pare down the BattleCon I have. I have like all the big boxes, but not like the 4th edition version, and they're not making an upgrade kit. I was really upset about it. But I have the 4th edition versions of the smaller boxes, and I probably just want to keep those and nothing else. Because I just don't play it enough for how much I have. It's a really cool system, though. And again, pad tap, it's a problem. At least if we don't make money. I honestly think we need the border control on HQ more than anything. If we don't make money, they don't get money. So I think this is fine for us. Problem is it's going to trigger off the mouseless. But like we have to set up the prison, so I don't know how that's going to do. I love BattleCon, but Exceed is much more accessible. Exceed, you could teach to someone in a minute. BattleCon, somebody could spend as much time as it would take to teach Exceed playing their first turn in BattleCon. No joke. You can teach someone Exceed, yes, in the amount of time where they're looking at their like 8 cards and be like, how do I do this? This is also virtual, so the border control on HQ is actually really bad because they can bounce and gain a credit with pad tap. They mutual favor down for a paperclip, and they're not going to install it. All right. Gonna trash this. Click for 3 credits. We're playing a prison deck. This deck needs BZing to be good. It needs Mumb at City Hall. It needs something that's explosive on the table. All right, so they're getting 2 credits on this axis. Seeing a Paragon. Sorry, I'm seeing probably a Hard A News. That's good because they don't know we have the economic warfare, so we have a chance here. I don't know what this deck needs to be good. I feel like it needs like more horizontal cards. They see both? Why? Oh yeah, neutralize. Would you look at that? So we could drop them down to 3 credits. We can drop them down to 3 credits. We can land the Hard A News. I think we have to. I just don't think we have another play. So this we don't have to boost. So we can put this into a new remote and just hit them with this. Now our centrals are open, Wizard Body. Lady Liberty could be decent. Yeah, I actually like the idea of Lady Liberty. Yeah, this is why they saw both. Yeah, Lady Liberty sounds like a good idea. Now if you don't have cards in hand, their Sneak Dirt Beta is useless. And their Zaya is useless. I like Lady Liberty a fair bit. I feel like if we wanted to build this deck, I would honestly want to build it with a False Lead. Because I feel like False Lead's easier to be like just put into a remote server. Hopefully they don't check it. And if you score False Lead, the game is actually very different. I think we have to trash their turning wheel. Wait, we could win. I think we just res the Spin Doctor on their turn, trashing our Spin Doctor. And then we have a small chance of winning. Oh, we don't win. Oh, we don't have Boom. We don't have Boom? We don't have Boom. We have to draw into the next HPT. What is this? No. 4 damage is not enough. This is when you put a bioethics on the table. Ugh. This is frustrating. Value HPD? I don't think so. Actually, maybe. Probably. Feels bad. Got a turtle, a boomerang, an inside job. And then we click 2. Oh, we don't click 2. We keep cards out of hand. Feels bad. In 3 years, I made friends with the community team for Kids on Bikes. That was a fun day. Clone Savage Movement, Mumbed City Hall. Since these actors get a Wampo reclamation, so agendas no longer exist. We could honestly play the one that buries them, the disposable HQ, which I think is an underplayed card. Not too shabby. That was a good hit, but I feel like there's no hand that's like a bad hit. So here they're going to see and gain a turning wheel and a credit. 2 credits, in fact. Is there a tech startup like card in the format? Yeah, it's tech startup. I think tech startup is still legal, right? Tech startup is a Mumbed. Oh, is tech startup actually Sensen? No, I feel like it's Mamba. No, there is no tech startup. Oh, it feels bad. I went down to the RPG scheduling room to play Shadow of the Beanstalk and signed up for Kids on Bikes as well. Stayed down there with them all day. I think I've seen a Kids on Bikes. That's like a graphic novel, right? Yo, Jankdavis, let's play some Victoria Jenkins on the board because these cards work differently now. Have we heard this? Or maybe behind the convo? No, Jankdavis, what are you talking about? How are they different? So turning wheel into it, they hit an HRI, high risk investment. We make acronyms all the time now. We still have 2 tags. If we draw into the damage, they die. We didn't. But we're stabilizing. We are stabilizing. Stall cost of each piece of hardware and virtual resources increased by 1. Haha, we'll keep them out of the game. I think we just want to do this. I don't think this card matters. Into this. We want to keep the one with the highest trash cost because they're forced to trash it, which honestly would have been the Pat campaign in hand. Yeah, actually, we did that wrong. We'll keep the Pat campaign in hand because if they run, they're forced to trash it. Some chatter on rules on StimHack. Yo, Jankdavis, let me know. We're gangster now. Horizontal just wasn't anymore. Yeah. Over a long enough period in time, there's like this always. Over a long enough period in time, I will end up playing a gank deck. That's it. Full stop. Right now, the points text is only active while they're res, which is just an insane mistake. Whoa. Holy shit. Or maybe foolish is a better word. That is a big deal. Okay, we'll do that after this because that is a really big deal. The text on those agendas, so those are basically assets that say if they're trash, they're added as 2 points to the runner's score area. And now, according to the rules team, they're only active when they're rezzed, which is monstrously a huge buff. Indian Stock Exchange worth it with all these out-of-faction assets? Yes and no. It's just such a win more card, right? Like you need everything to stick for that to be good. It does make sense that they're only active when res. That's technically how cards work, yeah. That's a weird exception. 1 card to the bottom. We'll keep the Rashids. Rashids, please. So we have a Technoco. I think this has to be a scoring remote. Yo, we're prisoning them. We're doing it. We've blanked Amalia, and we're prisoning them. Do we res a Technoco? Each programmer piece of hardware and virtual resource increased by 1. I think we do this, right? Because then it means boomerang. I don't know if they play boomerang, but I don't know. I guess Maryland needing to be res, but execs is not consistent. You could have 2 boards on the table too, and when they get trash one, res the other. Oh, whoa! Is that good though? That sounds cool. It doesn't really stuff like snare works without being res all the time. I thought that was due to the asset, to the ambush subtype. I thought the ambush subtype specifically got around the text is only active when res stuff. So this is mouseless. This will actually give them a tag. Whoa, what's happening now? If we draw into our kill card, we win. They lost their breaker. Huh. Ambush subtype is entirely flavor. Really? I thought it actually had rules implications. So now we can trash their turning wheel. We didn't draw into our kill, but we do have an Urban Renewal, which we can force them to deal with. The Charisma Grid honestly triggers Zaya's ability, which is bad. We are not that rife into a Diversion. A Diversion would honestly be okay. Actually, I think that the Charisma is probably the best here. Oh, I forgot we had... Oh, and they took another damage. Hold on. Wait. This is... We're doing it. We're believing in ourselves. Snare works because it says while being accessed, but that text shouldn't be on because it's not rezzed. I thought card text was only active when rezzed. Belief makes you strong. When access abilities fire when not rezzed, ambush subtypes have no mechanical influence. Interesting. I thought they did, Andrew. How's it going, by the way? I'm all for the new execs reading for the laws. I hope you're correct for worlds, but let's do it tonight for sure. Yeah, let's try it. Execs effectively need to be revealed because they're being trashed. Yeah. It's a class act. They're gonna have cards in hand. They have to trash this. Man, this thing is actually goofing them up. This is worse than a Docklands Pass. Much worse. Oh, I should have rezzed the Crisium, I reckon. But now they have a lot of cards in hand. We can economic warfare them. I think we will, just out of spite. I think that's how we roll. And I think we'll put the mouseless on archives, and I think we'll just click for credits. We hit an Earthrise Hotel. Man, this thing's sticking. Card text cannot make itself active in the bin. Breakers wouldn't work. Revealing cards is generally just a way to prevent situations where a player lies about what they're doing. Yeah, there's a couple cards that now say you're forced to reveal them. Victoria Jenkins is trashed while being accessed. Add her to the runner's score area as an agenda worth 2 agenda points. Yo, Pat, how's it going, bud? Congrats on the new job. All right, so this is taking. They have 0 credits to their name. Their class. This is blank. Miss Bones. We have a border control on this, which cost him at least 5 credits to get through the first time. This mouseless again. The net damage on this, it can no longer just take. The pat tap coming down is really good. The jailbreaking here. They die if they don't draw up because of the bioethics. They lose a sure gamble. They take a tag. So they have to draw and take a tag and not lose. But now the Urban Renewal is getting there. The argument doesn't seem right to me then because I read it as when accessed ability. They have to trash a commercial bankers group. They're on 2 credits now. They are going to get a credit from the pat tap. They just dieseled, which they didn't trash, or they could have might have drawn that with the overclock. So they're on 3 cards in hand and a tag. Hold on. Do we have another hard-hitting news? We do. Oh, we could have done 2 damage. No, we'll just do hard-hitting news. And now they're forked again between the Urban Renewal and everything else. So they have 5 tags. It's a weird when trashed ability. I didn't exhaustively check, just a simple search. It's a when trashed ability compared to Maryland, but Maryland's only active when rezzed, right? Just taught Arkham Horror to new folks and they loved it. Soon I'll be taking them to splitting Edge of the Earth. All right, so it's a new Miss Bones. We ice this up with the border control though. They don't have the credits to break the border control. They were hoping for a mouseless here. Man, this game was swung on a dime because of the Malia, but admittedly because the neutralize all threats was not good for them. Yeah, the prison is active. We've actually prisoned. Like the idea is this has been pinging them for many turns. They have 5 tags. They have to deal with the Urban Renewal or draw up to hand size. But if they do that, we have to kill them. The problem is that we don't have the kill piece. Like we have 1 HPT in the bin, 1 more HPT. So it's not likely that they die to tags. But then we can trash this Malia. So we'll see. But yeah, we are technically prisoned up. I don't know whether this is activated yet. Program hardware virtual resource. It also makes the paperclip 5 to install, which is a very, very easy thing to goof up. The new rules doc is 125 pages or so. It's a hard read, yes. Shuffle back HPT with, yeah, we will with Spin Doctor. It's a good call. And a consulting. Yeah. I don't think I would have done that. I'm not paying enough attention. Yeah, we'll shuffle back those 2 before we mandatory. Or they die here? No, they don't. They can draw 1. Oh, they still die, right? Because this is 4+1. Yeah, they have to go for this. So they definitely do die. Yeah. Magic is a 300 plus. Single access. Trash Rashida. So this does lethal damage. Good game. That neutralize cost them the game. Now we had only 39 credits to their 54. Still that. No one's going to run the board all of a sudden because it doesn't do anything. But have all the good execs gone anyways. It's not going to matter. Yo, the yellow exec is really good. If you can play the yellow exec in CTM without it mattering, I think it's actually quite good. Victoria Jenkins. She has a rude ability. Disappointed that they haven't converted the website into an LTP PDF. What does that mean? Like searchable? Yeah. Yeah. GG. All right. So we got a bit of our, like, feel a bit better about ourselves, but we had a bad opening. They weren't able to contest our stuff, and a lot of that is just Malia is so strong, and then it kind of spiraled. Okay. Order and Chaos does rotate next, so you lose the board, but I think the board is the worst of the executives. Like, the best executive is, I think, Victoria Jenkins right now. Yeah, she's dating Destiny because she's NPN. They haven't made an easy to access learn to play PDF. Oh, into a learn to play PDF that I can print out and hand to people. You're right about that. Yeah, I think there's questions about that on the subreddit recently. Be like, what's the document that I read to learn to play the game? Because there's a learn to play guide, but it's not like the rules guide, because the rules guide is like very technical. So I don't know. Maybe there's a blind spot there. Okay, so this is what's been said right now, and I don't have confirmation whether this is true or not, but let's look at something like Victoria Jenkins. So, according to the new Nisei rules document, which is a lot of pages, I haven't read all of it, the text on this has been, basically none of the text on this card has changed, but the rule structure has clarified how this card should work. And it's honestly interesting how this card works, because it works. Let's look at like Maryland campaign, right? So the basic idea is most text on cards, and assets is a really good way to look at it, is not active. The card texts are not active unless the cards are rezzed. That's why the idea is the runner has one fewer clicks to spend during his or her turn, only is active if this is rezzed. We can all agree on that. Now, if Victoria Jenkins is trashed while being accessed, now again, if she's being trashed by access off of R&D or HQ, she won't be rezzed. Add her to the runner score area as agenda worth 2 agenda points. And all the executives had really strong abilities with this really big drawback that they're worth 2 agenda points, so almost nobody ran them. Now, if you look at something like Maryland campaign, it says when this asset would be trashed, you may shuffle into R&D instead of adding it to archives. That interrupts a symbol. That's only active text if this card is rezzed. If you run an unrezzed Maryland campaign installed in a remote server and trash it, they don't have the ability to do this. They could always opt to rezz it and pay 2 to get this shuffled back in, but that's based on the wording. That's how that's worked. So it looks like the rules solidify the idea that Victoria Jenkins and all the other executives are not worth 2 agenda points unless they're rezzed, which means they're entirely safe from central servers, and 5 to trash is a lot. But on top of that, you can do some really interesting things because these are unique, which means if you have 2 Victoria Jenkins on the table and they run one of them, you can res the second one to trash the first one that was already rezzed, right? Because you can only have 1 card by name. You can do some really weird stuff. Found it. CR section 9.1.8, conditional abilities that meet their conditions when their source card is accessed are active even while the card is inactive. Okay, that's not going to help. Kind of want to see the board now. So the board just says all agendas in the runner score area are worth 1 fewer points. So all the ones are worth 0s, and the 1 0 is worth -1. You could already do that play with 2 of them though, just res before access. Yes, no, you already could. That you're right. That has nothing to do with the Jenkins. Yeah, it changes nothing. Apparently, okay, we're gonna dive into the rules, but apparently 9.1.8 might crush this right in the spot. Thank you, Andrew. CTM VJ, let's go. Yeah, this might not be true. Okay, so let's check this out. So Senger's gonna run that back into Stim Slack. How do we find this? Nisei.net. Where are the rules? How do you find rules on this page? Where are the rules? Netrunner? Where are the rules? Supported formats? Organizers? Okay. Organizers, okay. Comprehensive rules 1.5. So this is the new one, right? All right, let's just search something like Maryland campaign, see if there's something specific. I spelled it right. There's no mention of Maryland in this document. Okay. Let's search, what was it? Lots of discussion about it in GLC yesterday, and nobody came to a conclusion? 9.1.8. I opened a new tab. 9.1.8. Okay. Text box. Let's start here. The text box is a central area on a card containing any ability the card has. Abilities usually only apply when the card they appear on is active, so that means it have to be res. Rule 0.9.1.8 details exceptions. Some types of abilities are active even when the source card is inactive. Conditional cards, conditional abilities that meet their conditions when their source card is accessed are active even when the card is inactive. Conditional abilities that meet their conditions when the source is accessed. All right, hold on. Conditional abilities that meet the source. If Victoria is trash while being, that seems like that would fall into that camp, right? But if we look at Maryland campaign, it doesn't say when accessed. So that kind of lines up with that. But now when it's specifically for when access triggers, executives are when trashed. What? But it's trashed while being accessed. Okay, so that's apparently different than a when accessed trigger? Because there's cards that say when accessed do something like, right? Like when the runner accesses snare. It's not a when trash trigger, it's a when access trigger. Huh? It's trashed while being accessed. Yeah, it's slightly different. When the runner accesses this card. So this is the idea that the snare text is active because of rule 9.1.8a. Welcome to your SIT. While does not equals when, which is the key argument. I don't know the answer. While does not equals when. Conditional abilities that meet their conditions when? Why? What's the difference? Abilities stating they're active in a particular zone are active in that zone. So the idea is that like agendas have active abilities even though they're not considered rezzed. Or I've had worse, which meets its condition because it's trash due to damage in hand even though you can't res I've had worse or whatever. Ability to modify whenever the source can be played. Okay. Abilities to modify cost. Ability to modify advancement required. So we just don't have an answer? It's an additional requirement to trigger the conditional ability. The distinction is that Victoria's ability is conditional on when trashed, not when accessed. Yes, you're right. So Victoria cares about it being trashed. This while being accessed condition is something you see on other stuff too. There's other cards that care about things being trashed when accessed, right? Like Lou, right? Like Lou's the same sort of thing, but Lou is not a when accessed ability. Lou's a when trashed. The first time you trash a card, you are accessing. This is very similar to Lou. So this is caring about the trashing, not about the accessing. Do we need an active subtype now? Honestly, maybe. I don't know. I'm not too deep into rule stuff. I feel like I forget the rules more than I learned them recently. Yeah. So this is weird. And obviously with Worlds coming up, not that like it doesn't matter if this deck is tier 1 or not. Like people want an answer to this as soon as possible to know what they can build and also know what they want to play around. In terms of the executives, that subtype actually I think goes outside of cards that have this 2 agenda clause. Rules is anchored around our fun. Baza, hate new glasses? Kind of, yeah. I don't wear them a lot, but I've had them for a bit. Thanks for noticing. So if we do subtype executive, how's it going, by the way? I think there's a couple now. I think it's got a bit wider. You mean being able to really play executives isn't fun? I think executives are fun. So there's actually a lot of executives, but there's only, I think, 3 executives that have that same type on them. Chairman Hero, who's rotated, who was a very competitive card in a lot of archetypes. We'd also have Director Haas. Oh no, we have all 4 of them. Yeah, sorry. Hero, Haas, who rotated, who didn't see a lot of play, but she has a very strong ability. We would probably play her modernly. And then you have the board, which is this one, which is the worst by a mile, and Victoria Jenkins, which I've played in multiple decks. Let's play it the way like it's the new truth and see what happens. Explaining to their opponent should be fine. You'll have A&R Street Magic, cred Andre. They'll believe you. I don't want to do that though. I don't want to go in and like, you know, I don't think shark is the right term. It would be like, look, my chat supports me and we outnumber you. It feels bad. Man, I love Anson Rose. Nobody talks about Anson Rose anymore. That's what happens when you get Kayambe grid and wall to wall. Everyone forgets about Anson. Do it for ganked, nothing else. Exactly. If you said this is how it works, I would just roll with it. I wouldn't. I'd put up a fight. I could walk away from the stream and play a runner deck after you build something. Okay, maybe if someone like consents to it, knowing what we're doing, I'm down for that. Okay. So what's the worst thing we can do? Only for ganks. What's the worst thing we can do with Victoria Jenkins? So the idea is that we want to hard-hitting use them and then have a Victoria Jenkins on the table so they can't clear all the tags. But then they only have 3 tags. So we basically have to play CTM with Victoria Jenkins and low testing. Without the board, the Oscars deck wouldn't exist though. No, that's really good. That is true. And I honestly was considering playing the board previously and playing with the new rules about candidate into archives, you could play like a PE deck and dump all the 1-pointers into archives with bacterial reprogramming. Okay, let's build something awful. All right, let's do it. Yeah, I tried to build a board deck the other day. It was bad. It was really bad. I don't know if it's here. Is it here? Is this it? No, that's not a Kentucky deck. Yeah, this was it. Honestly, this was the board deck I was trying to work on. Bacterial programming to trash all the 1-pointers and Kusanagis, and then you res the board. Oh, this looks awful. But it's a Wanza deck, so gotta love it. Isn't it that horrible Spark MCA Click Prison deck? Oh. Ooh. That's interesting. That's more influence too. Maybe we want to do that instead of CTM. We just play Spark. That's a good idea. Victorian MC Austerity CTM is pretty funny. Yeah, I worry that the austerities and the low testings are going to lose too many clicks too soon. But maybe that's what we have to do. We could also do Spark. I just don't know what... Well, it's just more influence, right? I don't think the ability is anywhere near as good. Like a single click is worth way more than Spark triggers unless you like really stop them from installing cards. Collection standard. But if you do it in Asa, you get Jenkins MCA O2 shortage. Please don't encourage the O2 shortage decks. We can't do that. All right, so how many Jenkins? Let me just shrink my head a wee bit. Let's do at least 2 Jenkins. I'll probably do 3 Jenkins. We want MCA austerities. We need to protect them. There's also a chance that we all just play like Acme, so we have good ice on turn 1. Spark isn't standard. I'm mildly confused what we're building. No, Spark is standard. Isn't Spark in Date and Destiny? It's in standard. Is Click Prison possible without CSM? What is CSM? What's Clone Sephiroth's movement? Oh, I don't know. Probably with Austerity Policies and Jenkins, maybe. Yeah, we have that. Okay, well that's as far as we got for that. Otherwise, if we wanted them to lose clicks, the only option is load testing, which is probably like 2 influence. That's 5 influence. What? What? It's fine. Well, doesn't that just douse this little fire we got going? Okay. Double load testing HHN would be good if not. Yeah, it would. It'd be okay. But that's 3-card hand, right? Like, Economic Warfare is better. I think I just joined both False Lead into game-winning lose click cards. Yeah, we could do False Lead. I'm not too excited about it. Like, okay, so things we need to do. Let's, like, put a checklist out. We need to get a credit lead. We need to get a Victoria Jenkins down. 3 of them. We need to get an Austerity down. We need to protect it. We need to land hardy news. All right, so we already have, like, a lot of homework to do. So we need to do all of that at the same time. Maybe Victoria Jenkins and HB with ganked, baby. The problem with Victoria Jenkins is she's also 5 influence. But the ganked card, now we're talking. I'm kidding. Okay, so we have to do all of this at the same time. I think we might just want to do Acme. Because you get Victoria Jenkins behind like anything, it's really hard for them to deal with. Like, I don't know what sort of ice we're running in Spark that is a problem for them, right? I'm going to try Acme. I don't think any of the ads like really help us that much. Like, do we have any ads that are we going to install an ad every turn to be like, you have no clicks, lose a credit? I don't know. We can give them 2 clicks, right? We also need a way to kill them. So we need meat damage on top of this. So like, what do we play? How do we put all this in one awful deck? Because people don't play Austerity Policy and kill in the same deck. They don't do that. Because that would be bad. Huh. Victoria Jenkins with the HB agenda that forces them to spend a click is cool though. Oh, that is cool, yeah. That is cool, but then how do you protect her? What upgrades do we have? One cool reason to play HB and ganked combo aside, is that you can use your cards like Managarm, not Managarm. You can use your cards like Drafter or Ansel to be able to put a card on top of Victoria Jenkins and trash her during a run. Like, that's kind of cute. That's nice. I don't know what other way we could have to trash her during a run if they're running on her, because obviously that'd be a problem. I don't know what else we do. The old Spark Prison deck was meant to try to keep their econ down, so they're forced to spend their one click taking a credit. How is that possible, though? Like, how are they going to be that low? AAI first click to overwrite her after the runner has lost a click. AAL. Oh, advanced assembly line. Yes. Can you do that? Not sure what we're doing today, though. Yeah, I don't know. I'm 99% sure I've just seen you play against a Jenkins Central Spark Prison deck sometimes ago. You might be right. Let's see what people have been doing with Victoria Jenkins. Oh, nothing since 2016. Let me see if that list is published. I know I got like crushed by a Spark deck like on stream really bad a while ago. This is probably it. This seems right. Didn't have MCA? Oh, this is old though. No, this can't be it. Was the deck not published? Subscription suspended. It's 46 cards. All right. We're already at outsider art territory. We have 2 boom closed accounts. Okay, wait. Was the deck, did the deck have MCA? Maybe we can check for just Jenkins MCA and see what people are doing. Because these 2 must have shown up in the same deck. People have good ideas. Okay. HB decks. That makes sense. Whoa, what? What is this? Is it just Austerity Policy Glacier? But how do you Victoria Jenkins in here? Yo, his Mary is very playable with Austerity Policy in retrospect. You can score 3-pointers with this thing, right? Yeah. Yeah. That actually seems quite nice. I just don't know how to put all this stuff together. Because the problem is, okay, if they have no clicks, what are we doing? Are we just jamming agendas? If that's the case, like, do we want to go to the HB upgrade that like robs their clicks? Like, we could start playing I don't know, it's called Cold Site Server? What the hell is Alexa Belsky? She's Jackson Howard. Click place one power counter on this upgrade is additional cost to run the server. The runner must spend a click. So the idea is in HB, you can give them so they don't have a lot of clicks, so they just literally can't run your server. This sort of thing, if we play MC Austerity Policy and Cold Site Server, this is really good in MirrorMorph. And then maybe we could spend 15 influence or 10 influence on 2 Victoria Jenkins in MirrorMorph. That seems okay-ish. Honestly, that seems better than this. Like, we're not hard-hitting and using them. We're just trying to get them so they have so few clicks and we can play load testing that they just can't interact with us. And then we can play the 5-3 that takes... I feel like this is actually a better strategy. We can play the 5-3 that takes a click off of them, too. How do y'all feel about this? I think this seems a bit more like a coherent game plan. We do this with MirrorMorph, right? And then we don't play hard-hitting use. We could probably even play one, honestly. Then we can play 2 Victoria Jenkins and we can go from here. The problem is, like, we have to defend 2 of these remote servers, which is pretty difficult. But maybe we cold site server Victoria Jenkins. I don't know. But we definitely play 2 load testing, because load testing is so much better in MirrorMorph when it's basically clickless, right? Okay, let's build a good MirrorMorph deck. And do you know what we're putting in it? Yeah, no, we probably have to put Spin Doctor. Full immersion Rec Studio. It's like, yeah, it's a lot of influence. I don't think it's worth it. Wrong. Yeah, I appreciate it, though. I was thinking of that too. Like, how do we put these both in the same server and then lose really hard at once? Okay, but we'll try this. Okay. No Spin Doctors? I know. Well, we could maybe play Sprint instead of Spin Doctor. I'm not too sure. But let's look at our agenda suite. So we have no more Vacheron. It's fine. It was stronger when the ELP was legal, the HB version Jenkins. Yeah, ELP was way stronger. Oh, do you know what I was thinking recently? But I don't think we can split for the influence. But why are we not doing this? In this sort of Prism decks, why are we not playing Argus, the Argus current? It's probably like a lot of influence. What's the Argus current called? Does anyone know? The name of the Argus current? Because I feel like, okay, I'm off track right now, but I feel like I want to revisit the Detecting Prison deck. I'm so sorry. And start playing things like just Synth DNA modification and the Wayland Current potentially. Yeah, Argus Crackdown, right? Because this basically says if you run, you're done. Oh, it's 3 influence. That's pretty hard. But like this basically says you can't run because every successful run, that's 2 more meat damage on top of Obokata. Like this seems playable. Obviously, you can't score Obokata and this, which is not good. But I'm convinced that just like building a remote server that just synth the DNA modification and what's it called, an API is just good enough. Because now they have to run, which means they have to take the synth DNA modification, which means they have to trash it, take damage, probably get everything else too. I think this needs to show up in the prison deck because it's just something to put in a remote server. And if they don't run it, they're HP Lockdown's good enough with buy rates. Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking about this deck, but in general. Is Saraswati still legal? It is. Is Ryan Knight legal? No. Saraswati is the 5/3 Lockdowns ID. Yeah, no, that's true. But I don't think we want to make it a prison deck. Okay, so what are we playing? We're playing Project Ikoa. Are we playing... Wait, are we going to actually go ahead? Are we wild enough to play Voting Machine Initiative? I feel like we have to for the theme, right? I feel like there's no way that we're not playing this. And then we just play... we lose to Mad Dash, but we just play Illuminal. 7 agenda seems good. Seems good. So what do Austerity Policy decks play? We still have some influence. We could play Ganked. False Leads. I feel like Voting Machine Initiative lines up a bit better with Austerity Policy, right? Right? Like that's good. That's good enough. We have 2 cold site servers. We probably want to make that 3 at some point. Okay, so let's start building. How do you build a good MirrorMorph deck? Okay, Ice obviously is important. False Leads over than Luminal? Oh, you play Restore. Yeah, Restore seems really good for multiple reasons. We probably want to play Red Level Clearance and or the one that installs a card. Is this better? We definitely play Subliminal. These slots always get a bit tight. Yeah. False Leads is better if you're on HHN kill, but it's not great if you're trying to score 7. We're not going to I feel like I like Lateral better than Red Level. I feel like we're not going to be on the kill package. I don't think we can play a meat damage card on top of Hard-Hitting News. So I think we're just going to try and build like Click Tax Glacier, which obviously is a bit ridiculous. But the fact that we restore for Victoria Jenkins seems pretty fun. Rip no Strongbox. Ah, this is our Strongbox. And in fact, we also could consider playing the other one too, Madagarm. But I want to try this one out a bit more. Let's get some ice in here. We can still make this a gank list if we try hard enough. Let's do all the stuff that takes clicks. Red Level's more flexible. Red Level's honestly always more flexible. It's just less of an economic payout, and we might struggle. I wonder if we also play like 2 nano etching or whatever. Also, like, I don't love... Rashida's a bit tricky because MC Austerity eats the remote server for a long time, but we'll see what we can do. Vaporware, Lateral for double installs with MM trigger. I don't know what Vapor does. It just installs a card for free, right? 1 border control? Honestly, 1 border control is actually pretty good. 1 border control is probably good. Don't think it's worth if it's legal strong box because of the trash cost rate. Yeah, it was never particularly strong box. Well, okay, so let's get the good ice in here. Ravana is overperforming. Classically, Magnet's just good. I feel like you just play Magnets modernly. I don't like what we've become. A Hagen's just good. We don't have Fairchild 3s anymore. We need to play more ice than this though. What are we missing? What ice is good? Drafter is good. AL to oversell Jenkins if she's in trouble. Infusion, how's it going? I feel like that's probably just not worth it. Like, just hoping she's not in trouble. Tier? We don't have money. We can't afford tier. Ganked though, on the other hand. Gatekeeper? Yeah, Gatekeeper. I don't even know if you run Gatekeeper in a list that's not as aggressive as PD. I don't know if you do. It's obviously good when it's res. Oh, Loki's sick. I love Loki. If you don't have enough money for tier, you're not a corp. Oh boy, you're gonna love our Gagarin deck then. How much ice is it? 4, 8, 12, 13? I feel like we should have 2 more. Wait, how do we win? We basically want to give them no clicks and score out with MC Austerity Policy. And we have a combination of a cold site server and everything else to stop them. We also can build, I don't know, how much influence? 1 ganked for me. We can do a Chrysium Grid. We still can play 5 more cards, which seems good. So we want to play a bit more ice. We don't have influence, so we'll have to keep it purple or neutral. So what? We have 2 barriers. That seems okay. Magnet, Ravana. Maybe we just want Enigma. Because we do need to build a good enough remote. Oh, Braun. I forgot about Braun. Yeah, Braun's great. Braun's good enough. Everyone loves Braun. And Cell Drafter. I think with the gank loop. No, that's probably fine. Maybe we get another code gate. Palisade's not bad if you're building remotes. I feel like Eli's like really comparable to Palisade in this list, and specifically because we care about click taxing. I feel like I'd rather have the flexibility on to put Eli wherever we want. Might need more targets for Ravana. Yeah, right now we're at 1, 2, not really 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we just play a third on cell. I love on cell. Okay, so Subliminal, Restore, Hedge Fund. What else can we play in here? We can definitely play Bandit Garb if we want to. I feel like we can't really get Malia down. Is there any other cool tricks we want? Do we want Chiraboga? I don't think so. Lateral Growth seems good. I feel like we never just have enough like events. Now we can play one upgrade. We play Acrisium. Tranquility Home Grid honestly is good, but we're not going to install too much. The minimum amount of econ. Like, what else can we add for econ though? Because I feel like econ's the worst part of this deck. Maybe a third Nano Etching. I think Nano Etching is probably just good enough in this deck that you want 3 of them. Night Dancer? No. Oh my god, actually, maybe you're right. Oh, you know, you're right. We have to play Night Dancer. Third Lat or LLC. Okay. I'm down for that. Yeah, that's probably good. It's probably better than this. I wonder if it's a third Restore. That one neutral asset that gives you 3 credits for a click. It's honestly bad though, because Austerity Policies is going to take over remote. I don't want something that's going to be like a 3-turn remote play. How do we play into Night Dancer in here? 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we take out a magnet. All right. No clicks for you. Okay, let's go. Bulletproof. I feel like we might want more cold site servers, but this deck is probably going to be very good. Oh, actually, I have to do JNet format because it's not published. We have to do this to add it to Keyhole. Okay, give me 1 second. We'll just add this in and we'll be up and playing. Isengrin, you want in? New corp deck. I forgot that we need a second remote for oh my god, for Victoria Jenkins. It's actually gonna be kind of hard. MirrorMorph, endless iteration. Man, I've really warmed up to MirrorMorph. It has been an absolute treat to play MirrorMorph. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm switching tabs really aggressively. I just need to find this to import it. We just need that text. You forgot the Rex already? It's like 4 influence. We can't do it. We can't find it. Victoria chilling with MCA. Managram Skyworks? Yeah, how long? We can definitely put it in. I'm hoping that we can go far enough with cold site. But obviously Managram is really good. We need a good reason not to. Sengrin play APOC Max. Oh my god, yes, that would be a good matchup. Let's do it. I don't know if Sengrin's here. I think Sengrin might have dodged out. Like maybe they didn't want to see us building. So I don't know. I'm gonna wait just a second to see if Sengrin's here. And if not, I'll just launch the game. We'll see whoever joins. We'll just stall for like, I don't know, 30 plus 7 seconds for delay. But like just Jenkins and CTM decks can be like really awful sometimes because a lot of times people spend a click maybe to clear a tag. I don't know. The problems I usually had playing this deck with ELP was that Smoker Nexus 419 would set up while I was setting up. Tempo aggro decks weren't common, so this will be interesting to see. Did you have MCA back in the day, Raketha? Because obviously that will slow it down. Might want to set this format to casual. Oh yeah, that's actually a good point. Yeah, I guess that is a good point. New SPL. Yeah, no, so that they can join with pad taps. You did have MCA, okay. Why not put you Sengrin on with Discord? It takes me a bit to set that up, and then I can't talk out loud. But Daojin, that's honestly not a bad idea. I also don't know if he's on Discord, whether he can talk. Like, there's a lot. We have to clear that. I probably should put you saying, is he Sengrin here? Like, I should probably put the name in the thing so not anyone joins. Yes, yes. I was hoping you'd find this. Nailed it. Okay, let's go. All right, Zaya. Haven't seen that so far today. Opening hand, Aqua Project, some ice. Hagen on HQ is honestly pretty good. I don't love how much money we have in the sand. I feel like we're gonna mulligan into ice. We have a fair bit of ice. Let's mulligan this. We want just some economy. Oh, we found her. We're gonna win now. cards like this, like that see so little play, you can have such a strong impact on their win rate if people are collecting data, right? It's very easy to have 100% win rate with Victoria Jenkins decks. So we want to plan our abilities. So hopefully we draw into event. So we can do event, install, credit, something like that. Magnet doesn't work against Boomerang. This Magnet's probably not going to do anything in the matchup, but the Haggen's really good because they can't face check in with an early Amakua. It can hurt Rizekis or anything early as well if they're face checking. Just remember the stream duel that kicked off when you and Pat were streaming on the same day as the San Fran boys? Man, that was hilarious. That one was really fun. We were taking that really seriously too, which they weren't, which is a bad look for us, but it was fun. On that note, I haven't mentioned this yet, but on the 6th, is it the 6th? It's next weekend. We'll be talking about it more next week. We'll be streaming on Saturday because we're streaming. There's a bunch of players in Canada that have been running a draft league, and their top 8 is going to be on Saturday. So I'll talk about it more next week, but we're going to be streaming on next Saturday as well, which is really exciting. So we have a tournament and draft, which is going to be really fun. All right. So it's Zaya. I think we want to ice up the Centros. We don't have a play here we can't restore turn 1. I think we do just do HQ, and this is our remote server Magnet into, it's really bad because Boomerang gets through any of these, so it's not like something we love to do. We could do install this, click it, gain an extra credit, and then we're weak to diversion, so we don't do that. Do we draw once? I don't think we do that either. Ugh. Sweet voting machine initiative. Yeah, I know. I would never play this agenda. We're just doing it for theme. Rob, you out here trying to win free games with the new exec rules? Yo, it's free money out here. Free real estate. How's it going? No, it's probably bad. There's our Amakua, so that's good against the Hagen as well, because the Hagen will trash that. So we want to ice up R&D. Just make sure they're not getting free Kua counters. Can already made it 50% prison. You have no clicks. Okay. So, will they find her one ganked is the question. I feel like we can just give them the austerity policy, right? Like, I think we just put this in a remote server. We need to stop them getting Amakua counters. They're also getting free credits off R&D. I feel like we really need to ice this up. But we are not doing anything aggressively. Next turn we'll do install, click credit. Use our MirrorMorph for the first time, but hopefully we draw into an operation. I think we have like a fourth of our deck. So if we res this, we're down to 3 credits. Not amazing. But it wastes their whole turn generally. And if they hit a gank tier, we just blow them out. They might not actually click the last one. They're probably pretty happy just getting an Amakua counter and just bouncing. The first one's also interesting too. Now they don't want us to install. It wouldn't have been that bad. So they can't steal trash, but they can still get an Amakua counter and get a Zaya credit. So not too bad. They also obviously still see the card. They just can't steal it if it's the one of like 6 agendas left in R&D. Now they can also run HQ. They know that we can't res Hagen. We could res a Gatekeeper here, which they might want to respect. Yeah, okay. Not the VMI. Oh, austerity policy. They probably trashed that. Now we have to click for credits. We really need to draw one of our events. Oh, this card's way too expensive, and if it fires, we can't do anything because we don't have any 3/2s in the deck. We have 1 3/2, but no, this is bad for us. If we put this in a new remote server and click for credits, we actually can't res it. They could farm Amakua counters. Not that they couldn't in our archive, so maybe that's fine. Does anyone know the timing with Jenkins? Do you have to have a res at the start of the runner's turn to make them lose a click? Yes. I think Nisi changed that recently. So clicks are gained at the start of the turn. I think it needs to be res there. All right, so we trashed the Amakua here, which is great. Cat, is it new exec rules? Yes. Yes. I don't know whether it's correct, but Yusengren has agreed to test it. Can you restore it? Yes. Yes, we can. Yeah. Yeah, this said clicks on it, so we played it in the deck. It's not good. That man's favorite, yes. All right. So, back in business. Clicking for credits. Let's go. Timmy Wong special. Oh, actually, that's okay. I feel like we want to protect this. Okay, so we can install this. We can click it. We can restore. And then we can MCA. And then we'll be on... Well, we have to pay 2 for that, so that's bad. Could Daruma protect Victoria? No, they just ask. I don't know what Daruma says, but Daruma is like a lot of influence, and technically yes, but not worth doing. Yeah, I know, Diogen, you love Daruma. I think we just put in new remotes over here. The answer is the Timmy Wong Ice currently existing for sure. I don't think so. I think the numbers on it are just bad, which is, you know, Timmy Wong respects that sort of thing. I don't think Timmy Wong plays anymore, but just enduring the amount of influence he still has in the game. Dharma should be able to protect her. Yeah, Dharma says when they make a run, right? It's not when you access it. Night Dancer, Fighter of the Day Dancer. Good old Nightman. Witchcraft to the nascent, beauty to the wise. Oh, we're going HQ. We're getting diversioned. Here we go. Buckle up. And they can trash the nano etching. How did the Gagarin games go? Honestly, bad, but not as bad as I thought. If they had a good opening, we lose on the spot. If they goofed it, we win. And if they had a bad opening, we win. So I wouldn't call that competitive. But it can still win games against tech decks if things go really well. But real bad. Real bad. Oh wow, they're not. Ooh, that's a liability, but they're not trashing this, which kind of makes sense. They're not on 9 credits. Yeah, we're not really doing anything here. So we definitely click this, but we are doing nothing. So we can click this. Okay, so if we click this, we definitely click this. We can click for credit. Click for a credit. Or just econ's been so bad. We've drawn nothing besides the nano etching, which I think is a bit weird, but maybe we do just still play NGO and Rashida. We definitely do play Rashida because we're playing like events and we need to draw them, or operations, excuse me. If we restore, we'd be on 0 credits. Then we could click it, but then we'd be on 1 credit. No, we can't protect them. We just need to get this up. And they played 1 boomerang, which comes back. So I think we're just clicking 2. It's really bad. Can install res mirror, then click it, then click credit, be able to res magnet? I don't think so. Install this and res it, then click it, then click it. Oh, I was thinking of restore. Yes, you're right. Yeah. We could have pushed the one from hand, of course. I warned you about econ, bro. Yeah, I know. Okay, we're back in it. Now the boomerang diversion us next turn. And that's the problem is they diversion us. Like, obviously we lose the MCA. And they have a paperclip in their grip, in their heap. Lateral. Ah, now we're playing with real money. So we can lateral that down, click it, put Night Dancer on HQ, click for credit. There's no way we can afford all this. And this actually makes it harder to diversion. And we have 7 credits, so we can res 1 of these. Yeah, econ's bad. We need to fix that for sure. And they do know that we have a Night Dancer. And this is not a Byroid. It looks like a Byroid because it says clicks on it. All right, they're bravadoing this, so we have to res it. And it's just going to end the run. And now we're going to have to protect this against inside jobs and boomerangs. Like, it's just so not tenable. Like, if you don't go fast enough against criminal, they always have the right things. Like, he can easily inside job here. No. Okay. Pink to res Night Dancer is like self-duping. No, but we'll use those to click for credits. It'll be great. Oh man, it's going to be bad. Do we restore a nano etching? I think we restore a nano etching. I'm doing it. Yeah, whatever. Cursed phrase. Yeah, this is good enough, right? Like, it's clickless basically to do it. It costs nothing to res. It gives us a button to trigger our ability. This card's quite good in MirrorMorph. All right, they only have 2 clicks again. Just one inside. Doesn't have it. Inside job doesn't have it. All right, we need another piece of ice here or we're in a bad spot. Because our turn is click, click, install. This is cool though, because it feels like playing a Euro engine building board game where it's not about the basic abilities anymore. It's about hitting things on the table. MM can just score 5-3 this turn? Wait, really? Hold the phone. Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Score voting machine? Hell yeah, we will. We have to gain a click, right? Yeah. Bummer. Haha! You may? Oh, it's our choice. So they only have 3 clicks here. No, thank you. Yeah, the lateral was good there. That helped. I wish you could have nano etching. Now I'm hoping we had another restore, but we'll draw into something. This is where you've, come on. Miss Bones. Miss Bones is no fun. What a card. Okay, I guess we'll just click for 3 next turn into Sangren. You got it. I feel like that's on us though. Okay. So we can, if we had more money, we could build an unassailable remote, right? Like Victoria Jenkins Ikwa voting machine initiative. It's coming together. We'll draw. We'll play this. We'll draw 2. Gain 2. So we can't restore to gain a click. So we probably just gain a credit to gain a credit. And next turn we have a play. Did you put false lead in the deck? No, I didn't. Because it doesn't really help us to score out. Because then we have to score still like 4 agendas to win. I'd rather just score the Luminal. Were you like in solid advance there? We had no money though. Like we're on 1 credit. Like we started the turn on 3 credits, Jeremy, right? Unless we got the click back from red level, maybe? Okay, the Unity's down. Dancer. How the mighty have fallen. Okay. So what are we doing here? So we can definitely, we want to restore the MCA. Then we want to put a drafter in front of it. So that's 1, 2. That means we don't want a red level clearance. Miss Bones makes Victoria Jenkins look a bit silly. Uh-oh, did we lose? No, we're good. What are you talking about? I'm going to start using the VMI. What agenda would it look like? IJ draft to go broke or even not steal seemed okay? Well, but if we score this and go broke, like I don't think it's good for us. Okay. I feel like money might be a bit tight here, but we're going to do this. Server 1. Hit it. Server 1. Gain a credit. Yes. And we'll use this. We'll give them a 2-click turn. Which is good enough when you have daily cast, right? Enjoy your 2-click turn. Sucker. We can make it a 1-click turn. He just runs and trashes Jenkins. Yeah, I think we have to have the rest at the beginning of the turn. I don't think it loses a click. Because I think you gain your clicks at the beginning of the turn, right? They threw out a falsified. Interesting. Pad tap? That's fine. We don't gain money. Whoa. Wait, what? No, but there's no way we have enough clicks to do all of this. We can install Aqua. We can load testing. We can hit this. We can advance it once. But then we're short scoring it out. We would actually need seamless launch. But we can give them 0 clicks this turn if we really wanted to. Wait, no, we'd have to have the Jenkin, right? Because we have, this is 3 clicks, 2 clicks, 1 click, 0 clicks. We could literally give them 0 clicks. Hold on, I'm thinking. Wait, Rongi's also onto something. I don't think we can do it though. I just don't think we have the money. But you play this, you can install this, you can advance this, and then do that. You can put them on, we can put them on 1 click, but then they can steal it. No. Oh yeah, you're right. 1 click is unstealable because it's 1 click to run. Hold on, this is amazing. This is not the right play, but we should probably do this. So we install this, but we can't advance it, right? Call as text, imagine that. No. Use MCA next turn. Well, MCA next turn just scores it from hand. So if we install this, we advance it, and then we play this and this, and then that, but then we can't score it. Yeah. Oh, then next turn you use MCA to gain clicks? Yeah, okay, we're stunting on him. Yeah, no, this is very good. No! Immediately wrong. Okay, hold on. Undo. That wasn't right. That was not it. Okay, yeah, no, this is definitely what you do. New remote. So we'll do the load testing. We'll hit this button. We will gain the click. Then we'll advance. Okay. And then we'll VMI him. We need seamless launch. I would clench this. Yeah, it would. But we can still pop this. So enjoy your 1 click. Can't even play imp run. You'd have to be like, because I can. Or you have to play that. No, the other one's a resource, right? Whistleblower. They can trash MCA? No. We drafter it. Sort of. If they trash MCA, we just over install this with Jenkins, right? Oh no, he figured it out. Oh no. Oh no, our only weakness. But this is fun because we can like return load testing to hand, and we can install a nano etching. I feel like we're still okay here. Early bird? I guess so, yeah. Okay, so the first subroutine is you may add one card from archives. Okay, hold on. We can still do this. Oh no, our only weakness, something reasonable. So I think like we have a red level clearance in our hand, so we get a clickless credit. If we have nano etching on the table, we can click that. There has to be a smart way out. I just feel I'm not gonna be able to think through it. We can always also install over this agenda, and then you can restore it to remove it. Add the load testing. I feel like it is load testing, right? And we just lock them in this loop. But then we don't have another austerity policy. Well, okay, we definitely put this on the table. It's the only thing that does something. Oh, no, shit. Whoops. Hold on. I didn't want to add to the hand. I want to install that on the table. So what are we adding to hand? Oh, this is actually really difficult. Thinking. Do we install the other MCA austerity? I guess, but that's not that much better. Restore to HQ? Yeah, I think so. Restore to HQ seems good because that's the same as austerity policy. The money's going to be the problem. I think it's restore to HQ. Yeah. I guess so. It's not amazing. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it removes the other one from the game, yeah. So if they trash this, we can bring it back. The other option is load testing, but obviously this one's a bit more strong. It costs us more credits, but it's cost them credits too. They figured it out. I feel like we're still gonna goof this. That's a really funny play. If we had seamless, we could still get out here. Oh, subliminal. That's better than lateral. Wait, can we score this out? No, there's no way. Because we have to do subliminal advance. Okay, so we could do, if we do subliminal, then the restore is not amazing. We could do subliminal advance nano etching, have 2 clicks left. Then we could restore MCA, hit MCA, and then they'd be on 2 clicks. Should have grabbed load testing. Ugh. Add it. Install and res Victoria? Oh, wait, yeah, Victoria is the answer here. But they can run this, and then we can overinstall Victoria. Victoria behind a drafter is sick. Hold on. Okay, so it's definitely subliminal, Victoria, nano etching, advance. Yeah, it was the load testing was the play here. Load testing was definitely the play. Because then if we load testing, we could actually score this out. I feel like our money would be close. Yeah, we need the load testing to give him on 1 turn. Okay, I'm gonna ask. Does red level count as a different action from subliminal? It counts as an operation, so it counts as an operation. I brought. Do you mind? RSC, wait a second. So this is undo turn stream, huh? No. Don't even. This is tricky. Yeah, we could RSC this clicklessly as our last click, but our free click we have to use doing something else. So you're right, we could RLC Vicky, but then we're not installing a card. So then we're installing, hitting this, doing that. Oh no, you're right. Yeah. Okay, we'll try it. We'll just try it. It obviously starts with this. And it does this. So then if we click for a credit, we can get a free credit, and then we can red level clearance down Victoria Jenkins. Oh no, we still have to advance. I'm still gonna do it. Yeah, we're fine. We figured it out. Okay. Did we figure it out? How many clicks does he have? 2. Fuck. I didn't realize it was 2. Counting to 4 is hard. I already have to count to 3 on my turn. I have to count on 4 on his. Come on. I did this wrong. Whatever. I felt really good about it for a minute. And now the Victoria Jenkins on the remote server is awful. This is cool though. And they ran. Feels bad. And now she's gonna, well, they have to install the Bagulter first, which like probably happens. So the issue with her taking up the remote server is now that we basically want to restore over her and get the MC onto the table, I think. We restore, click nano etching, and then click for credit. Like, I think we have to give up on her for now. But that's fine. We have spin doctors and stuff. You will be missed. Oh, we're just gonna click for credit anyways. Restore MCA, install Vic, click nano, clicked advanced, 3 clicks lost. Restore MCA. Yeah. Install Vic. But we install her naked, which is a huge problem because they run her and get 2 points, Lori. I don't think we want to do that. But you're right, we could have considered that. The problem is like we install her naked. Oh no, we can install the MCA naked actually. No, yeah, maybe. Second remote, we can't afford a second remote. Like we can't. Yeah, we can't really. Now their economy is good because they're playing a good deck. Okay. We have another agenda which is good though. But we don't have much to do here. Our ice is good. Yeah, MCA naked, trade 2 points for 3. Yeah, maybe that was right. So we still hit this. Our remote servers are finally going to get, once he puts a Bagulter, this remote server isn't really anything. But we definitely hit this. And we'd probably draw once, click for credit, get a credit. Oh, that's technically better, especially if they force us to res a Night Dancer. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Put you on game point. They still need to score 2 5-3s to win. Vic is a non-score for you. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think maybe that was the play. I did not consider it. Oh no! Yeah, I know this is not defensible enough. We need a Managarm in the deck. Cause man, Miss Bones is so good. Miss Bones just throws all the math on it. A 10 credit card is just nutty. I wonder what the ruling is on this thing with the what's it called? The Victoria Jenkinses. Okay, so they're still on 7 credits. We've 8 through the Victoria Jenkins. Let's see. Oh, she's back. Do we just install Advance? Because they do Boomerang Run. If we had Seamless in the deck, which is really weird with 5-3s, we actually might get something. Why didn't Jenkins instead the HP one? The HP one rotated, cat. It's from the first one, right? Creation Control. Years ago. I think we just jam it. We spent too long thinking there, which is a problem. It tells us out. It reads like NGO. Yeah, it kind of does. But the fact that we paused there, hopefully Senga thinks we're talking to stream. Night Dancer? Is it time for Night Dancer? If we res Night Dancer, they spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We spend 6. With the additional clicks, we can click for 2 credits. Night Dancer is terrible. We need to take it out of the deck. We definitely need we would play this if we had what's it called? 3 2s. Like that's better, but no, this is not good. Just gonna let it end the run. Go 1 deeper with Bravado. Nothing to trash. It only trashes non-typed icebreakers. We're on game point, hopefully. He has to run this click. So 1 click too short. Oh, I forgot Pad Tap was there, but can't deal with Pad Tap. Pad Tap is another one of those cards that's like, if you have a bad economy, like you're done. You can't deal with it. I thought you went to say Marcus Batty, but 3-2 is probably the correct answer. Yes. No, Marcus Batty's not worth it. Spending all that influence just to get an additional click. Like just play Biotic Labor. You'll be fine. All right. Now the remote server sucks, but hey, we're on game point. So if we can just build another clickless turn by doing something like Cold Site Server, like we might be able to push it out. But a lot of this rides on the 3-2 because the 3-2 is already good. Oh, rip Domestic Sleepers. Yeah, you're right. Wait, are you right? Is the Domestic Sleepers from, I think it's in Mumbad. Oh no, it's from way before. Never mind. It was a 2-0. They could spend a whole turn and make 1 point. Be pretty good modernly, especially with all these 40 card decks. Okay. Ansel is still like what, 5 credits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 credits. Sleepers is crazy good in sports? Yeah, Sleeper would be really good in sports. That's true. Penny Shaver coming down, Dirty Laundry. Here we go in just archives. 4 credits. Okay. Okay. So they have had a paperclip in the bin for a while. Braun is still the most taxing piece of ice. I'm worried about R&D. I think we want to just put in this so we can do subliminal, install, fire, click for a credit, hog, and R&D. We can also put her in the remote server, which I think we'd be pretty fine with, but I feel like if she's in the remote server, we're not doing anything. So I think we just install her naked. Because if we don't res her, he doesn't get points. Yeah, I think we'll install her naked. So if we gain a click, we can't install, so we won't do that. We'll just gain a credit. And then, actually, no, we don't need to install here. We don't need her this turn. I think we just put this on R&D. But then Turning Wheel is pretty bad against this. I don't want to do that. They're definitely on Turning Wheel. I think we just put Jenkins in. It's either in the remote or not. I don't know if we put the, we don't put this in the remote, right? We just want this outside. So the idea that we're playing right now is that this text isn't active because she's not rezzed. It's the rules are not very clear on this. Oh, they're checking it. Click 1. Go ahead. Pay 5. Yeah, Miss Bones is gone. They have to pay for 5. But maybe this is worth keeping to set up a combo turn. Just chilling. I think Yasenkin has to pay 5 here. Ah, oh, she stays. Yeah, there you go. This is Turning Wheel. That's why we don't put the Braun on the outside. Now we have to res Night Dancer, which, fine. I guess we're forced. This card's so bad. Oh, in our deck, it's really bad. In other decks, it's not great. The fact that you break this for 3 credits with Black Orchestra is just nonsense. 4 credits for a 6 credit ice? No, thank you. Do they bounce? I don't think they're going to install their... They break this for what? 4 plus 2? Yeah, probably they're going to break it. Yeah, with the Penny Shaver as well, might as well. And Zaya, yeah, it's basically pays for itself. So this server only costs about 4 credits to run. But the Turning Wheel on R&D is going to be a big issue. But again, I can't put the Braun or the Hagen on the outermost of R&D because they can bounce it all they want. All right, we have to draw into the nuts here. What's this Night Dancer deck? So it's a deck, Sam. How's it going? That robs runner clicks. So we wanted to play this card because it's here. It's finally here. We can gank Night Dancer for the win. Entertainment. What is the nuts? I don't know what the nuts is. That's a problem. Like, I feel like it's a load testing. Draw once. Oh, that's probably not it. You always hit this. Do you die if you lose infinite clicks? You lose your next 7 turns. It's always 7. So basically on a turn, we want to do install advance this, but then we need load. Like, it's so hard with 5/3s. If we had 4/2s, we honestly could do it. Honestly, with 4/2s, it's easier, but I guess the 4/2 isn't protected with the Kawa. Peanuts or tree nuts? Yeah, peanuts grow on the ground, right? I don't know how peanuts work. I think we just click for credit, gaining credit. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think we need a cold side server. I think it's all dependent on the cold side server, and probably we need a mana garm, which isn't in the list. Our Lord and Savior Ganked is here to give us every operation in our deck back if the runner's bad. I know, but not really. It's going to trigger Night Dancer maybe once. Maybe we put this on R&D and see if Yasenkin doesn't respect it, which would be sick. Because if that happens and this fires, we win the game. If ganked happens with Ansel. God, every deck I built secretly a ganked deck. Are you going for Drafter Infinite? Is that good? I don't think it's that good. It could happen. Oh no, they're not accessing. They're just being rude. That's fine. Maybe you're right. Maybe we just put in the remote server. I think you're right. This is like only a medium. Oh, because they're not trashing this. This is fine. Like it's a Turning Wheel counter for them, and this is like it's not that big of a deal. They're gaining like 2 credits, I think. Whatever. Hold the phone. Runner doesn't get points. Trashing Jenkins while on res. Yo, Ryan. Yeah, that's what people are saying right now. That's what rules 1.5 seems to suggest. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh, that's actually a good card for R&D though. I think that was fine. Yeah, Ravana's great. Ravana on R&D is fantastic. Because that also is ganked bait, but we'll see if he runs this. In theory, like there's a 3-2 he has to deal with. MC Austerity, we wouldn't have done like this. Rashida, he probably doesn't want to get, but with 6 credits, he might not run here. I wonder if we actually install a co-op project on top of this. And again, we can always res Victoria Jenkins, but if we res Victoria Jenkins and he does server 1 and Jenkins, we lose. So like we need a backup plan. Oh, okay. That's the third one. That's fine. Do you have a res Byroid? Yeah, we have a bunch. We have on sale. We have on sale. We have a bunch. No, it's on sale. It's good enough. Oh, they break this for 3. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. 5 credits to run HQ, and we spent 10 credits, 11 credits on the size. Fantastic. Penny Shaver. They have a lot more money than they look. They're not running that. Well, I'm just going to hit this button. Do we probably do just click hedge fund click? But like the turning wheel is going to win eventually. At least that's the last diversion. No, Night Dancer isn't a buy ride, which is for the best. If you could click through it, it would be really, really bad, but it's not much better. It's not great to go 1-4 cards, but the money seems good. I like the new hedge fund art. They're drawn through. They only have 10 cards left. Our Obacadas are going to be nigh unstealable soon. We still have voting machine initiatives. They exposed falsified guessing acid. They know it's a gank. No! That's all we had. I'm going to res it just so they don't get free money. It's another pad tab. I keep forgetting about that thing. Okay, cold side server. Hold on. So we need to put this in a remote server, and it needs to chill. Because then we can install Ikawa, we can advance Ikawa, we can place a tick on cold site server. That's a very rude way to talk about all of my decks. Oh, that's a horrendous expression. Okay. Putting some lipstick on the pig. Okay. I think we have to push this. Like, this seems like what we do. If we play the Subliminal, they gain 2 credits, but we're going to hit this nano etching button anyways. Like, pad tab is just such a bummer. This has to go into server 1. I think we have to hit this. We have to hit this. And so we actually could have 2 clicks here. Install Advanced doesn't do it. Install Advanced doesn't do it. In fact, we can't install for this click. Ravana on ganked? Ravana on ganked is actually okay. Yeah, I think that's fair. And this also means that they might consider running it. Oh, I can't. Excuse me. I have to click first. I wish it prompted to do that because it seems like JNet's broken. I feel like, nah, maybe we got baited. I think Ravana on R&D is right. Spanish version of that's putting perfume on a turd. Yes, that is said in English too. Let me move my face. Next turn you can install Advanced Subliminal and click Cold Site twice. Yes. And then we just basically ride the Cold Site and then they have to win off of R&D. Okay. That's cool. Respect. That actually gives them pad tap too, which is fantastic. God. Yeah, we'll take it. You can have 2. That's fine. What does single advance do for us? Well, basically we do this every turn. Okay, because we have a Victoria Jenkins, mind you, right? So if this stays for 1 turn, right? Like then next turn we only have to hit this once. Shit, asking the good questions. No. I think there's some hope. I think there is some hope. Oh shit. Okay, that's bad. I just need to figure out what the hope is. Because if we do install advanced cold sites, subliminal cold site Jenkins, they need run click and they don't get the penny shaver. Install advanced cold site subliminal cold site Jenkins. But then we can't score this out next turn, right? Like that's the biggest problem. Is we need to basically keep this for 2 turns in the remote server. Advanced 2 times, not cold site 2 times. Yeah. Okay. I think we can do it. Server 1, we subliminal. Ugh. Oh, I'm so bad at thinking this through. No, what? Install advanced subliminal. Hold on. Subliminal needs to be the click. Does it? No, it doesn't. Why does that matter? It doesn't matter. So we've installed. Hold on. I really cannot figure this out. Like I cannot, there's too much going on. I'm gonna have to just trust someone. Convert the restricted click back into a general click. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter when you play it. You need to do something different, not than your third action, but any of your actions, right? Am I not wrong? So, okay, hold on. We've installed, so we can advance subliminal. No, we want to cold site subliminal. And then we have 2 clicks left, so we can do advance. They have to spend 2 clicks to run this. They'll have 1 click with Victoria Jenkins. No, we can't do it. We have to cold site twice. Because then they'll spend, okay, so to run this remote with a single code serve, it's going to cost them 3 clicks. And they'll have 4 clicks. So we can't do that. So we have to hit cold site twice. And then res Victoria, no, this is impossible. If we hit cold site twice, then it costs them 3 clicks to run this. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 click to steal the Iqua. So we'd have to also res Jenkins. Yeah, thinking this one through. Okay, I feel like we're gonna throw it, and there's gonna be YouTube comments to be like, "You didn't see the line," but like it's 11:30 right now, and I'm not gonna see the line. But I feel like the best thing we have to hit cold site twice. There's no question about that. And we advance this once, so we do subliminal. Res this. This is not gonna go. This is not gonna go the way that I think it is. And we're gonna gain a click, so I can do advance, subliminal. Okay. Now they are going to have 4 clicks, which means they could run this for 1, 2, 3 clicks. Force to run doesn't allow for ganked infinite, depending on how much money they have, but unlikely. Yeah, the VMI token we wasted earlier. Yeah, that one VMI token we wasted would have closed this. We probably should have protected this. If we had a VMI token, this was as bulletproof. The question is whether we res Victoria. Because if we res Victoria, they still have 3 clicks, right? They just can't run this, but we have to keep Victoria for the next turn. So I don't think we can. I think we just have to hope that they don't run this, which seems like a bad play. But if they run this, there's a chance that the gank to infinites. I just don't think it's huge. Hopefully Rob forgets about this. Or not Rob, excuse me, Yusengrin. I don't know Yusengrin's name. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It's a mad dash. Oh, I guess we lose. I guess we just lose. Because they just don't access the gank first. You remember why we don't play 3-pointers in this meta? Well. Imagine those boarding control. Yeah, I know. The boarding control is probably good. And honestly, this deck could use Sprint. I feel like Sprint might be better than Spin Doctor just because it's an event. Stupid Mad Dash. Stupid sexy Mad Dash. All right, well, we had a good run. We tried really hard, and we got this far. This deck can be improved. And I feel like the Victoria Jenkins, we should have res Jenkins. Wait, can we res Jenkins? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna just try. It had no effect on the board state. So he still has a click left. Beans. A Mana Garment here would have worked. But we lose. Stupid Mad Dash. Yeah, I think this is the most powerful card. We do get a ganked infinite though, because this ends at the end of the run. Hold on. Wait. Can we go to time? we can technically go to time because we can trash ganked infinitely times. And as long as we do this interaction, hold on. If I do this slowly enough, we go to time and I don't lose, right? Pro tourney strats. I would call a judge. No, but this one is hard because I have to think about all the clicks I could get. It might be quite difficult to figure this one out. Do you have a paper and pencil? GG. 6-6, that's a tie. Looks like we're gonna go on to the next round. 116 credits gained for the runner. Damn. Yeah, Mad Dash sure is a thing. At some point I was gonna try my second Stargate. Ooh, 2 Stargates. I needed to keep that extra VMI counter for this sort of play. WTF, yeah, Scrub, what's up? I wasn't sure what influence to put in. Yeah. Yeah, with Mad Dash Stargate looking quite good. How about FTT? Find the Truth seems good. I would consider playing Find the Truth. That's the same influence as Stargate, right? Yo, I think we actually had something here. Like, we need to tune this. There's a chance the 5-3s are just wrong because 4-2s you can actually do plays like this. But like Cold Side, excuse me, I'm disgusting. Cold Side server is really cool. I'm really into it. I feel like we didn't get a good MirrorMorph early game. Like, our economy was in shambles, and that's part of our deck. Obviously, Night Dancer should not be here. 22 runs though. At least it was in the never run runner deck. Yeah, no, they're interacting. They're criminals. They got 3 bravados and dirty laundries and stuff. They have to. Second thing for the game. That was really fun. That was really fun. I totally forgot Mad Dash, but of course there's Mad Dash. There's 2 times Mad Dash. How many Mad Dash are you running? Are you on 2 or are you just on 1? Is 1 good enough? Yeah, I feel like our cheap, more taxing ice was coming up, but I think we need something else. We got the game point. It's been a good bit of work keeping your econ down. Yeah, it was the right thing to do. And at this point, like, we can't deal with the pad taps. Like, you just can't deal with it. Just 1 Mad Dash. That's cool. I feel like if you play Find the Truth, you might want to play 2 Mad Dashes. I feel like Find the Truth Mad Dash is just so good, especially if you have floating influence. And like Find the Truth is just so good against, you know, horizontal play as well. That it's, you know, maybe worth considering. I like that card a lot. I really want to see Polishes after the game. I don't think I can though. Unfortunately it's 11:33 and I still have a big day tomorrow. But this is something we can come back to next week. But that's probably gonna be it for tonight. But there's definitely a lot of work that can be done on this. I think the most important thing is to figure out what ruling is gonna happen, whether that matters for Victoria Jenkins. Because like, you didn't see so much the raw power of Jenkins, but you saw what you can do with Victoria Jenkins, where we just put her into a remote server and don't res her, and then it becomes this like, oh, Miss Bones situation. I think I made 14 credits off of taps. I know. Yeah, and where it's the sort of ability that's like very good to give you credits. And for what it's worth, if we use MirrorMorph to gain a click and then use that click to gain a credit, that technically gets around your ability, but it's not always that easy to do that. But like, we're playing Subliminal. Pad tap's gonna be a problem, that's for sure. Anyway, that was fun. Gagarin doesn't seem great, and that's fine. And this MirrorMorph deck actually looked kind of interesting. We need to spend more of it, but I think that's gonna be it for tonight. Again, I'll tell you more details next week, but we are gonna be streaming a draft tournament, the top 8, which is actually like a really cool draft tournament. Hold on, I want to pull up the actual. Give me 1 second to pull up the website, because this website was made. I need to show you this because this is kind of incredible. Give me 1 second. Just stalling for time. Where's the website? Here we go. Okay, so Running Parallel has been putting this together. And they basically have been doing this Rain City Draft League. This is the website that they put together because they work in web dev, which is so impressive. But basically they've been running a draft league. It's Snake Draft, and they actually have 2 different divisions within this league. This has been going on for a couple months. There's a bunch of players in chat who are into this, and there's this website that they put together so you can start reporting like standings and matchups and stuff. So like, check this out: players and divisions. These are the players that have been playing. This is a lot of, I think it's entirely Canadian. It's a cube draft. We just did a snake draft in the middle round. Oh, amazing. Okay. So there's a lot of players you might recognize the names of: Zeroth Maxima, Brick, Koschei, Sid7, Whiteblade, King, Solomir Saka. I think those are the names that I'm at least the most familiar with. But they're players from all across. I think is it entirely Canada parallel, or is it mostly? Basically, they've been playing a snake draft, and they've been reporting their standings here, so you can see who's doing well. And wait, I don't even know what I'm looking at this point, but this website's like stunning as a way to like report and see standings. This is so cool for a league. The fact that you can do this and not a Google document. Oh, this is a standing right now. So it looks like Saka and Eric are at the top of their division with Brandon right below and Solomir. The other division, we got Brick at 27, winning on everything, hasn't lost a game yet. And then Ham, Sid7, and Zeroth Maxima just behind it. So if I'm not mistaken, on Saturday, the 6th, not this Saturday, but in a week, we'll be streaming the top 8. So I think the scores might still change. They might still be playing this week. I need to catch up on how this works exactly. But the idea is that the top 4 from each division will be playing each other for the top 4 of the division, and we'll be streaming all this stuff. It is a draft. What is the card pool? We have somebody from Washington, but otherwise entirely Canadian. Okay, cool. Players, prizes. Oh, we're currently round 6. Okay, there's 7 rounds. So there are actually prizes for being involved in this. This is a Croter. Who drew this? This art style's a bit familiar, but we have, Aaron Mage has a Croter in there. We got some smokes. We got some Alexis's viruses packs. You have a Black Lives Matter playmat. Oh man, I love the clips. I have a whole set of these. Anyway, Void, David, Pride of Shop. Oh, that's cool. Lo-Fi Haley Kaplan. Oh, that's really cool. There's a lot of price support. This scrolls down for a bit, so I can't go through all of it. But this is fantastic. This has been going on for a while now. I think about 7 weeks. So we'll see the draft decks. I'm not actually sure. I think it's the full-ish card pool. Like, it seems like a lot of the card pool. Like, you're seeing things like Future Perfect, Marcus Batty, Red Herrings. So there's going to be a lot of cards in here. And apparently they get booster packs. I don't know. We'll research it. Use click on pad tab to trigger MirrorMorph. Didn't happen, but I guess you can do that. Use click on pad tab to trigger morph. Yes, exactly. But Ochen, if you've already clicked for credit on the previous 3, you can't do it. But in theory, you could duck it. Anywho, this is going to be going on, I think it's the 6th, which is next Saturday. So tune in, or not next Saturday, but it's the Ox Saturday, the following Saturday. We're going to be streaming this. And we'll give you more information on Thursday. But I just want to show you this a bit. We'll be looking at a bit more next week. But we'll have some Netrunner going on that next Saturday. So hopefully see you there. This website's absolutely amazing. Really well done, and to run all this stuff parallel. Huge shout outs. That's largely it for me. We'll be back in a week on Thursday. Maybe Pat will be here. I don't know. I got to talk to Pat. He's got a new job. He's a busy man now. So, we'll figure out how that goes. But otherwise, thanks so much for everyone we played games against, everyone hanging out in chat, everyone watching the VOD. Hopefully you're having a good time. Enjoy. It's Halloween. Be spooky and all that. It's the first time we haven't done a Halloween stream, so that's okay. I still have that mask we wear every year, but it's like really busted at this point. And that's it. We'll be back in a week. Oh, my stomach's rumbling. I haven't had dinner yet. Take care, y'all. Ciao.